All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, everyone and their mothers up this morning for a big day here at Brave New Radio. Welcome to the 5th episode of No Rest Holds for the Weary here on Brave New Radio. I'm Dante Vacatoro. Right now, we got Stephen Clark in studio, and for the first time on Brave New Radio airwaves, Mr. Joe Greco. How's it going?
I'm good, Dante. How are you?
Good. Samori Rose will be joining us eventually. Jesse Norman going to take a rain check on this one. The roads are real bad from where he is.
It's so bad. It's horrible out there.
It really is.
It is.
It really is. I felt bad for the poor campus police officer that had to come and unlock the station for us. I feel really bad that he had to battle the elements there.
I slipped a good 20 times just walking from my car to here.
Yeah.
Like just like little stumbles.
We've almost slipped and fell a couple of times.
Yeah.
We almost had free tuition for life if we wanted.
We should have fell, honestly.
Yeah, take the bump. Lots of stuff happened in wrestling this week, for better or for worse. So we're going to break down all of it. We have Elimination Chamber post-show coverage for you right now. Then we're going to get into Raw and SmackDown because a lot of stuff happened in this past week. Second half hour, we're going to get back to Top 5 Thursdays with the best and worst WrestleMania opening matches. Sorry, this is a surprise to you, Joe. I should have told you, but we'll get you covered. We'll get you in on that. Because the second half hour of the last hour of the show, that makes sense. The debuts of Hot Take Thursdays. We're just going to be throwing hot takes out and seeing what sticks at the wall. Sound good?
Sounds fantastic.
All right, let's get into it. Elimination Chamber happened. Let's start real quick. One-word answer. What'd you think of the show?
Good.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
Good.
Like my friend Keith said when I was with them Sunday night watching it with my friends, the good things that we expected to be good, were good. The bad things that we expected to be bad, were bad. And I was like, dude, that's perfect. I'm using that on the show.
Yeah.
I told him I'm using that on the show. Like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, overall, good.
Yeah.
Thoughts? What about you, Dante?
Obviously a clear step below the Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a given. But the Rumble is just such a thing on its own that it transcends good and bad compared to other shows because it's a Rumble and it's such a unique thing. The Chamber was good. I think both Chamber matches over-delivered. The Corbin match, the Corbin-Strowman, I don't think anyone cares about Braun Strowman anymore.
Corbin needs to just go away for a while. I can't stand him. He just needs to get off my screen, please. I don't like him at all.
I'm done with him. I don't know. Like, I don't know. He's a good heel, I guess.
I have a shorter leash on Strowman than I do on Corbin. Yeah. I like Corbin for what he is.
Strowman just doesn't work anymore.
They just don't know what to do with him. That's the thing. Like, he's a big guy who can hit you with his shoulder.
And he'll flip a truck here or there, flip a limo there.
And then, he'll throw you through a couple tables, and that's about it.
Yeah. Let's take it from the top. First, the Cruiserweight title match, Buddy Murphy and Kira Tozawa.
That was my match of the night until the main event.
Okay.
Yeah, that until we got to the main event, that was my match of the night.
It's no surprise 205 always kills.
Yeah.
At every pay-per-view. Have them not on the main card most of the time is ridiculous.
I got honestly. You why they're not on the main card. Hello, Mr. Samori Rose. How are you? Nice pink shirt right there.
Samori.
The reason 205 isn't on the main card is because they want to, without them being on Raw anymore. So, like last year on the road to WrestleMania, they stopped putting them on Raw weekly. Because they're not on main cable television anymore, they need a way to get people to watch the show on the network.
Right.
So what better way than to advertise them to the millions of people who are watching on the kickoff?
That's fair. It's just a slap in the face to all those athletes.
I understand the argument. They are a hardworking locker room. I wish the last time they were on the main show was Survivor Series. I wish they would throw them a bone. Every now and again, but
that was definitely a match of the night contender.
It doesn't look likely for WrestleMania, obviously, but
definitely
it is what it is. Yeah,
you know that's not happening.
Yeah. Tamori, what did you think of Elimination Chamber? One word answer.
It's too early. Thumbs up. That's two words.
2 words.
You put the hyphen in between.
That's
you're
okay.
fine.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah. Women's Tag Chamber, I think, was my match of the night.
Just like the Women's Rumble for me, it started off really slow.
Okay.
But then it picked up.
I've heard that from a lot of people. That it was kind of slow.
Yeah, just like the Women's Rumble. It's so weird how it was like very different but similar. It started off slow to me. I'm like, come on, carry on. And then it got really, really good in my opinion.
Yeah. I feel, I agree. I feel like to start, it started off a little slow because all the teams got in at once and it kind of looked like a mess. Like the ref had to do 3 counts every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was that match was kind of drowned in controversy because of 2 of the competitors. Well, we won't get into that, but
Allegedly.
One of them's alleged. One of them actually
happened.
over.
One's worse than the other. But let's bury that.
Starting off hot this
they got
morning.
eliminated first.
Not even to the hot takes.
We're not even on hot take shit. We're starting off.
But yeah, I think that was better than I expected, and the right team won.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely better than I expected. I really didn't think I was gonna get much from it, but hey.
Yeah,
good.
I was expecting the tag match from a couple years ago in the chamber.
I agree.
That mess, and then I saw that. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm with it.
I was just really a fan of everyone brought something to that match. All the teams had a little quirk to them, and the right people showed off what they could do at the right times. Liv Morgan, I think, was the MVP one of the MVPs of that match for me because she was just bouncing around everywhere. She took a straight punch from Sonya Deville to the face. Just kept going.
I feel bad for that girl. Something's always happening to her.
But Liv,
I feel so
Either
bad
Brie
for her.
Bella gives her a concussion or something. Yeah.
Something.
He's taking all the hard spots.
Yeah.
Getting punched in the face.
You gotta give credit to the Riot Squad.
Yeah.
They're always there.
Yeah,
Riot Squad do great.
They're there.
Great work. The Iconics, having not been on TV for a while, were able to show off in that match.
I love the Iconics.
Billie Kay might be the best comedy wrestler in WWE right now. Her comedic timing is unbelievable.
I get that's your shtick and all, and I like it. They're not that great at wrestling, though. The kicks they threw just did not look compelling at all.
Yeah.
They're not a Charlotte or a Becky or Ronda.
They're not.
Not
they're
at
just
all.
entertaining. Very entertaining.
That's the thing, too, is now that there's a tag division for the women, you don't have to rely on them being singles wrestlers, and they could shine in the character that they were meant to play instead of trying to be as kind of serious, working the women's title picture. Now they could work the tag title picture and kind of show off what they could do with that. Yeah, the women's tag chamber I thought was really, really good. I think Sasha Bailey beating Mandy and Sonya in the end was the best 2 teams they could have narrowed it down to, and the right team won.
I was so terrified that Nia and Tamina were going to win. I was like, no.
And then Nia
don't do this to
ran
me.
through the
I
pod.
thought it was going to happen too.
Do not do this to me.
But the right 2 people started, or the right 2 teams started, and the right 2 teams ended.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Just imagine Tamina holding a championship in 2019.
I can't.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
Yeah.
It's like Shane McMahon. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Speaking of,
Yeah,
the
next match on the card.
next match,
That
the best
really was
season in
the
the world,
next match, too.
and the Usos. I loved the Rumble match with the besties in the bar. I think this was better than the Rumble
Me
match.
too. Good.
Yeah, I thought I heard a dragon or something. It sounded real weird out there for a
Hey,
second.
you never know. 2019.
Sure.
Yeah,
But-
that was a good match.
Yeah, it was a good
It's
match.
the Usos. First of all, it's the Usos.
Yeah.
Miz came back out in the Shane O'Mac shirt, whatever the Miz and Shane, whatever it said on the shirt, which is good, making them look like a team. Great match, a great spot by Shane going through the table, and I didn't think they were to lose it that quick. I
didn't think so either.
I was the one last week who said that they're retaining until Fastlane, which at Fastlane now I don't think they're going to get it back, obviously.
Well,
but-
no.
Well, somebody's turning at
some.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it should be Shane.
It should be
since
Shane.
Since they're in
They're teasing the Miz,
hometown.
but Miz. I think Miz is a better heel than Shane.
Me too.
Yeah, but I just
So-
want to see something different.
It would be different, yeah.
Yeah.
Shane hasn't been a heel since 2000. Oh, 06, yeah.
With
I forgot about the DX run, yeah.
Right.
Miz as a babyface didn't work in 2013, but I think they're better suited to make Miz someone that people care about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that match was insane. Real good on Jimmy Uso getting punished there. Everyone thought he was going to get punished and they were going to lose the match. He was the one who pinned The Miz to win the title.
I
so.
still can't tell the difference between them.
In the face, like if you get
I know
give me
it's in
2
the
seconds
face,
to
but-
look, yeah,
So I guess Naomi took more of the punishment because she was the first one out.
I
The whole
guess,
chamber.
yeah. And,
If you look at it that way,
and
it might just be.
and
the way
even
we
so,
see it.
like that team was never going to be in contention to win anyway. They
Not
were
at
the
all.
most makeshift of the
Right.
teams. So
And I like both of those women, but like, yeah, that was not gonna happen.
yeah, did really good match. Really good on the Miz before the match to announce the coming of his second child.
that was quick.
Respect.
Yeah.
Really.
one of the greatest flexes I've ever seen in wrestling. Come out from a live crowd just to say that you're having a baby, like
They need a new
What a guy.
hobby. That was
Yeah.
too quick. That was way too quick.
Well, you remember John Cena said he was shooting blanks. I guess he's not anymore.
yeah, 2 for 2 now.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Worked on his form.
Well, speaking of Miz, I'm looking forward to Miz and Mrs. season 2.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I'm an unabashed fan of that show.
So am I. So am I. I watched the whole first season right after SmackDown when it came on. I'm not embarrassed to say it. I'm gonna watch season 2.
Yeah, I
Dare I
love
say-
I love season 1.
Dare I
Yes.
say it's awesome.
Yes.
We caught you on that.
Well, speaking of the Usos becoming new champions,
We have a new Intercontinental champion,
Nobody-
Mr. Finn Balor.
There
Yeah,
you
you
go.
were the only one.
Hey,
yeah.
hey.
Well, that's nuts. That was-
Yeah.
Well, the right person took the fall in it.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Especially how they were leading up to it in the interview before, and then just Bobby Lashley did a little more to him after the match. He
Yeah.
just choke slammed him or whatever. But, hey, Finn Balor's a champion.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see it.
I wasn't expecting it being this quick. I thought they would have saved it for Mania, but any match that Finn has at Mania is going to be a good match anyway, whether he walks in as champ or he walks out as champ. So.
He should still be holding the title.
Yeah, he will. I think he will.
It's more than a day this time. Let's just
Yeah.
take that.
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna knock
Roll
on
with
wood
it.
for him.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was good for what it was. They told the story it had to be. It's kind of hard to run a handicap match for a singles title. But the last 2 times we've seen it with this and then the AJ against Owens and
The
Zayn
Rumble
last year at the
last year.
Rumble, I think they both worked to some extent. So.
As much as I hate Lashley, I love Leo Rush.
I like Lashley more because of Leo Rush,
Yeah.
though I still don't love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leo Rush put. I always liked Lashley like when I was 7, but
Yeah.
when he came back, it's just something about him. Yeah.
I tweeted during the show on Sunday that, like, I've been saying since Lashley came back, I've been telling everyone I know that he's good, and I swear to God he's good. Even though it hadn't been shown for months that he was good, I swear that he was good because he improved in TNA and Impact and everything. After 10 months, I could firmly say that he's good, but I can only say that because of Leo Rush.
Yeah.
Leo Rush saved his career, basically.
true.
And Leo Rush's frog splash.
One of the best in the business.
Really good. It's like
Yeah.
comparing it to Kyrie's elbow.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Well, to me, it's a little throwback of AJ's little tap hole
Yeah.
splash I used to do in TNA.
Yeah.
Very, very much.
Very reminiscent, too, of D'Lo Brown's frog
lowdown.
splash. Yeah.
Lowdown.
Yeah.
Speaking of D'Lo Brown, did you guys watch the Mark Henry documentary?
I didn't. I want to
I
watch
fell
it.
asleep.
It's a really good watch. I didn't watch it live. I watched it a couple days after, but it goes throughout his whole career from when he was in the strongman competitions to the Olympics to going to WWF
Yeah.
and then getting basically sent down to Ohio Valley Wrestling and back to the world's strongest man gimmick kind of.
Yeah.
And becoming a world champion. So it was a really good watch.
It looked really interesting. The fact that he came out with Charlie before, like at the end of the Elimination Chamber kickoff,
Yeah.
was great. It's like, I like the Iconics. Look at the Cruiserweight. And I was like, God, Big Mark didn't have a
Putting
script.
everybody over.
What a mark.
I'll say they do a good job on all their documentaries.
Yeah.
I
They
love
do.
that. I love
Yeah.
that about WWE.
Especially the 24 ones.
Those are
Yeah.
the best
Oh
ones.
yeah, the Hardy one.
Easily.
Oh my God,
Mhm.
that was
Best
so
ones.
good.
So good.
Yeah.
That was my favorite one, the Hardy one.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like even Nigel McGuinness's piece that they
Yes.
had. Very
Yeah.
I didn't see that one yet.
Go
It was
watch
very
it.
good.
Yeah.
Like, right
na-
now, watch it.
Back back Nigel first retired, he tried to make a documentary of his own about his retirement, and it was the most depressing thing in the world, just watching him just talk about like, oh, I can't wrestle anymore because I'm beat up and old and I can't move. But they did such a nice job of showing the impact that he had on people who are currently in WWE, which was cool. Next match in the card, Ronda beat Ruby. It was what it was.
He got her just lose the next night,
Yeah.
but that was a storyline match.
Yeah.
It's okay.
The thing too that I had an argument, not really an argument, but I was right and someone else was wrong, so I had to tell them. The thing with you like that one, right? The appeal with Ronda coming into wrestling, or her appeal before wrestling was that she could end a fight at any time, right? So like we thought Kat Zingano was gonna go the distance with her, and she lasted 14 seconds with her in the octagon. So the unpredictability of how quick she could finish a fight hasn't really been shown off in WWE. So this was the time to do it, and it just so happened that it was against Ruby. But at the end of the day, bigger fish have to be fried because they ran the angle.
And man, were they fried.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Becky Lynch swinging that crutch.
Oh, I just saw the blood in Ronda's
Yeah,
hair.
she popped her open. That
Yeah,
was awesome.
right in the temple.
Right in the temple. That's what I said.
Yeah, she could take it.
2 inches away from killing her. I said.
Look, Becky Lynch is a G. That's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
Becky. Of course.
She's
her,
Yeah.
her walking out with the arms behind her back by the cops was so reminiscent of when Austin got taken out by the cops. It's like
Yep.
they're not even hiding the fact that she's the new Austin.
The amount of posts I saw about that exact
Yeah.
reference is insane. And yes, it's accurate.
Yeah. Charlotte even took a beating too. Her arm was all black
Good
and
for
blue.
her.
Yeah, yeah,
Good for her.
yeah.
Yeah, Charlotte as a heel is good, though. I give her that.
So good.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, she
Great,
makes
she's
me dislike her.
fantastic.
I love
Yeah,
her.
she makes
Like
me
Daniel
hate her.
Bryan, he
Exactly.
makes me dislike him.
Like I
Fickle.
said a couple of weeks ago, I forgot when, but there's a difference between heels that make you boo because they're a good heel and heels that just you boo because they suck.
Like Baron Corbin.
Exactly.
Baron Corbin, Jinder Mahal, that category.
Hold.
Relax. Don't get Dante started.
We'll get to him in a second. Don't
Early
worry.
for that.
And then
Hot-
there's
hot
the good heels like Charlotte, and I think
Yeah.
Ciampa back a year ago,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, yeah. Charlotte's come into her own, and all it took was her just having confidence in herself.
Well, it was her taking Becky's place at Survivor Series.
That
and then
too.
that whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's her new boyfriend, Andrade Cien. Oh, Andrade, my bad.
Yeah, just Andrade.
Oh.
I saw that.
Whoa.
I was like, whoa.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I've never heard of
El
that one.
Idolo.
but-
Okay. You know,
So just to bring everyone up to speed, we're gonna go quick through this because this is a little bit of the dating game here. People spotted Andrade and Charlotte together at the airport, and then people were like, "Oh, at the Rumble weekend, they went to Hooters together." Then Charlotte addressed it on Twitter and said, "Slow news day" with a winky face. Then Andrade put out a tweet that said "LOL" and he tagged his location as Charlotte, North Carolina. So
Oh.
that's where
What
That's
a guy.
slick.
that's where we stand right now.
Oh, man.
Where we don't stand right now is the Corbin Braun no DQ match. Yeah, not very good.
Can we skip this? Yeah, we got to have a segment to skip. Please skip this.
Yeah.
Because this was absolute
It's
garbage.
a match on Raw. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen it 8 times.
It's worse than
well, it was a match
worse.
on Raw
It
as
was,
well.
yeah, it actually was.
Exactly, literally.
It's worse.
But like the same sequence happened 100 times already.
Yeah. I kind of like the Ruthless Roundtable trio that they got going there, but it wasn't enough to save the
It's not the
save
same
match.
as the Dogs of War. With
Yeah.
Drew and
Which
Dolph.
was way better, and they did
Yeah.
the Shield powerbomb at the end, which I was like, oh, so disrespectful. But are seeds being planted? I don't know.
They did it. No.
I don't know. Who knows?
That's probably the worst thing I've seen.
For sure. Yeah, bad.
Like, that was so trash.
Ugh.
The main event, WWE title Elimination Chamber.
Let's pick things back up.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I thought the match, like you guys thought the women's tag chamber was a little slow starting off. I thought, not that this match was slow, but I think it was safe.
I agree.
They weren't really doing anything crazy. They weren't using the cage that much or using the environment that much. Hardy did the big swanton onto AJ off of the back.
Yeah,
It looked
AJ was on
disgusting.
the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
And oh my.
Hardy came up, and then he immediately ate a knee to get
Boy,
Boy,
eliminated.
and I was watching it with my friends, and we were like, look, he's going to do something stupid. He's going to get eliminated right
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
You gotta
Like he
know.
always
That's
does.
all he can do.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, that anything he does now just hurts me.
Yeah.
And I'm like a broken old man, as I call myself. And it's even worse when he does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see how Joe was chopping?
Yeah.
That was some
Brian.
Walter-esque
Oh,
chops right there.
Even
No,
on
Walter's
Tuesday-
different. Walter's in a different league.
Yeah.
But that was,
Even on Tuesday, Brian's chest was lit up.
Yeah, he still had the
Yeah.
marks from.
he's saying that hurts me.
Yeah.
That even hurts me.
Yeah. I thought everything from the final 3 on was nothing short of excellent. Like
I'd say 4.
it was-
Even though AJ wasn't in much.
it was a good match until then, but like once Kofi started doing his thing, that's when the match picked up for me.
What's the Kofi?
Yeah,
Like,
really.
this is so cool.
Yeah.
He's
Deep,
not-
Dante's not showing it right now, but deep down inside, he's like, I told you all.
I kind of did.
Hey, look, you're a pay-per-view short, but I'll give it to you.
You don't know?
They're not gonna.
Title versus
Come
career.
on now. For what?
Brian, Kofi's career.
Yeah.
For
No.
what?
They've been bringing up this 11 years thing. 11 years is a long time, according to Xavier Woods. So, yeah, I mean, it isn't, especially considering Woods has been there for like 6 or 7 himself. But, hear me out. They could do title versus career. I've heard everything this week about Bryan's WrestleMania opponent. Everything from Kevin Owens to Bray Wyatt to Kofi to Cena to Mysterio. There's no wrong answer, but I'm still leaning towards Kofi. And you see everyone and their mothers on Twitter with the hashtag Kofi Mania. Like,
yeah, that's cool and all, but that's not happening.
I'm leaning towards my big man KO.
I'm feeling that's going to be it too.
Look, it's either that or Wyatt.
Yeah, or Wyatt's going to... I assume he'll return at Fastlane is my guess. Because that match either is going to be buried in controversy, like Rowan's going to get involved or Harper's going to come back or whatever. And then Bray Wyatt's going to take the side of Kofi, which would be weird, I guess. Because he'd be the face in that situation.
yeah.
I don't know.
Or even Cena, Cena is the poster boy. He sells all the merch.
According to Big Dave Meltzer, Cena doesn't have a Mania match yet, which is silly because how do you know how much preparation it takes to make this show a week in advance?
Literally, the show, yeah.
This actual show that we're doing right now.
Only 2 hours, too.
Yeah. That takes a lot of preparation. You know how much WrestleMania takes to prepare? They're going to have a card ready. They have their
They
plans.
probably had one ready since Survivor Series. I'd say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Probably before that.
Yeah. So,
that's the chamber.
yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
we love Kofi. We're going to have a good match at Fastlane.
Yeah.
Slow your roll,
It's gonna be like the ending of the chamber again. It's gonna be like everyone's rooting for Kofi.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna lose on the first knee, and I saw him kick out.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
real good kick
Yeah.
out. Too. I
That
was
was
like,
that
oh,
got
okay.
me.
great.
Yeah.
Got me. A lot of false finishes got me
Yeah.
in that match.
Troll in
Yeah.
Paradise is like one of my favorite finishers. It's so good.
And
I love it.
When Brian, I think, was on top of the pod or something, I think it was, I was scared. I was just scared.
Yeah.
I was like, he's gonna fall. He's gonna land on his head. It's over. I said, it's over again. No, please don't fall or something. But
Going off like because I'm always afraid. Like anytime Brian takes a bump, I'm like, oh God, does he have a concussion again?
yeah.
So now pile drivers the boys can do pile drivers again. Kevin Owens working Mania.
CD Brian.
He-
It's over.
he
We have
might-
a new champion.
He might do a little package boy,
we'll
and then
see.
Brian might not be able to walk on Monday. But
Hey, let's see.
yeah,
I'm in for anything with Daniel Bryan.
yeah, I don't care at
His
this
new
point.
graphic.
Yeah,
It's the recyclable thing. I like it.
Beautiful.
I love it.
It's beautiful.
yeah.
Pickle.
Yeah, he's Captain World. I love it. I love it.
They've gone all in on
It's
this.
so good.
and I'm happy.
I hope for Mania he has like tights that look like they're made out of wood or something.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, like it has just like the wooden design. Doesn't have to be literally
Yeah,
made
they-
out of wood.
yeah,
but
it's-
just like that design. I think that'd be cool Mania gear with that title. Then Rowan, maybe Harper will be with him. Who knows? By then Harper might help at Fastlane. Who knows?
It's anybody's guess.
The recycling gang, you know.
They're
how it is.
recycling game.
Gang.
Um,
Yeah, chamber.
any last words about the chamber?
You just gotta feel. I feel sorry for Mustafa Ali because what if he
Yeah.
had been in this situation? Would we be getting the same response? Probably not because it's
Yeah.
Kofi.
Right.
Not as much, but still, it still would be up there, but not as much.
But I mean, I meant what would the chamber have been? Probably the same, if not better, with him in it, right?
Yeah.
Because he can do.
Yeah.
the 054 top
Yeah.
of the top.
Right.
It's unfortunate he got hurt, but I think it's better for all of us because Kofi wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like, would that have happened to anybody? I don't know. It's like
That's
things
the
like this
thing.
happen.
That's a good point.
I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. How much of this Kofi push is them wanting to push Kofi, and how much of it is they were going to do the same for Mustafa, but he's not cleared?
It was the Becky thing. The same thing happened, just in a different way,
Mhm.
right? Becky was not supposed to be this big. She's
Right.
supposed to be the heel to make Charlotte the victim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
she turned at SummerSlam.
But then
Yeah.
everybody loved it. So,
Yeah. So they just ran with it.
right. So you run with Kofi.
Yeah.
the pop
absolutely.
Becky got at SummerSlam.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Smack
Solidified.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
It was nuts. So
Yeah.
it's that type of thing. But I hope Mustafa gets something.
Yeah, I don't think it would have been Mustafa versus Daniel at Fastlane.
No, probably not.
It would have been the triple threat with Orton and AJ or
Most
something
likely.
like that. 'Cause that was the original plan,
Was
right?
it?
The
Yeah.
triple threat.
Oh,
that was my
okay.
Mania prediction
That
originally.
Yeah. That was advertised for Fastlane, like on like local
A
TV
leak thing.
before. Yeah.
Charlotte and Becky was. Too.
Yeah.
Well, let's be real here. That's probably happened.
Yeah.
It probably will. and
It
Becky,
probably
if
will.
Becky
Yeah.
wins, she's
Yeah.
in the
In
triple
the
threat.
Yeah, something like that.
Or she backs with one-on-one.
Yeah.
That's all I
So
want.
yeah, Ric Flair's birthday is next week on Raw. So
Oh my God.
so that's how you shoot your angle from
I can't wait for
Fastlane.
that. Driving in like Guinness truck.
I wish Jesse was here because he was complaining about the chamber last week, so I'd like to tell him that he's wrong to his face, but I'm hoping he's
He's
listening.
complaining?
Yeah, of course he's complaining.
Look, he's gonna owe me and Dante money after this fast.
Yeah, this Fastlane's gonna be fire. We're gonna take our quick early what did I say? Contractually obligated commercial
go.
break. Yeah, we're going to do that now.
No commercials on this radio.
That's right. Yeah, it's a music break. It's not necessarily a commercial break. We'll be right back, and then we're going to talk about Raw with the bad crowd, SmackDown with the good crowd, NXT with the NXT crowd, and then we're going to kick it off. So stay here right on Brave New Radio. You're listening to No Rest Holds for the Weary. ladies and gentlemen. You're back here with No Rest Holds for the Weary. That was Nihilist Blues by Bring Me the Horizon. I'm still listening to Amo like daily, so you're just going to keep listening to Amo with me here. I'm Dante Vacatoro. Still got Stephen Clark here. Still got Samori Rose here. Still got Joe Greco here. We just covered the big old Elimination Chamber. Now we're going to move into Raw. And I think the biggest story out of Raw was the silence of the crowd.
Yes. I thought you said Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
What a horrible crowd.
Oh my God.
Why would you pay, say $50 minimum?
Yeah.
To not have fun?
Right. Exactly.
That's with anything.
Yeah.
Of all sports, like wrestling has the probably, I'd say the most chance, right?
Yeah.
At least, maybe.
Wrestling and
That and
soccer, I'd say.
Yeah,
Wrestling and
yeah.
soccer.
Okay.
But like, you go there to chant stuff and go nuts when they do crazy things.
Cheer, boo, emotion. Just
Right,
emotion.
it shows something. Like, give some life. That's how they did the...
Especially what was happening, too.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Exactly.
I'm scared Vince is going to see that and just be like, oh, they don't care about these guys. They don't have the beef.
SmackDown was good to them, though, because it was a New Orleans crowd. The crowd in Lafayette at the Cajun Dome, horribly miscast for what Triple H was looking for there.
They had a revival in a DIY match.
Yeah.
And they did.
They did not care.
And they had Ricochet
and
Yeah.
Finn
And Finn.
together.
What?
That-
I would rather
oh.
see them fight each other.
Right, I
but
thought he was going to
we'll,
open
we'll
challenge.
get to that
but
Yeah.
sooner down the road sometime.
Oh,
Yeah.
But when he came out, like, there was nothing.
Yeah.
Like, really?
But still, Ricochet and Leo Rush going at it too.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
That's cool.
Um,
That's so cool.
And that's the thing, like, Ricochet's really good at is if you don't know Ricochet, by the end of the match, you'll love Ricochet.
don't
Just
even
because of
know-
what he
you don't
does.
know
Yeah.
his name.
And I don't know if that's what he was banking on, but like I assume the Lafayette crowd is not astute to the NXT crowd as much as people like us are who watch everything.
Yeah.
Which is fine, it's just, it was a crowd of casuals.
Us nerds.
But to not end up ultimately being invested in what you see from Ricochet or DIY or whoever was out there because nobody got a reaction is just ridiculous.
It is. It's
It was
Yeah.
unusual.
The matches were good.
Matches
Right,
were good.
The matches were good.
Yeah.
And nothing.
Yeah.
like Sasha and Bailey got the biggest pop. Even that was
It was-
kinda
it was
weak,
nothing,
but
yeah.
Of all of them,
Yeah.
that was probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Sasha Bailey and Elias.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, the people on Raw every week. Good for you.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
at least cheer for the dude that's doing 630s off the top rope.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it's a shame that that was his first 6:30 on the main roster, and it was met to crickets. Because if that was in any other city, if it was in a big market, you guarantee place would have gone unglued, and you would have seen that replay on YouTube, on Twitter, on everywhere for the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you
Absolutely.
heard one and only, everybody would go crazy.
Yeah.
Because they know who it is.
Holy. Oh yeah. I love Stevens.
Yeah, so that was what it was.
Yeah, Raw was whatever.
It was cool the way it started with Triple H announcing all of them.
Yeah.
I was like, the hype, then all of a sudden, now we have a tables match.
Yeah,
former general manager. I'm like, ooh, Kurt
Kurt
Angle's gonna
Angle.
be in a tables match. Then he's like Baron Corbin. I'm like, against Braun Strowman. I'm like, like, come on. And so
LOL. That's all I can say.
yeah,
it was better than their, I'd say, pay-per-view match.
yeah, maybe.
Most like anything's better than that. Me wrestling on my trampoline is better than that.
Yeah. What did you guys make of the NXT people being on the main roster? Like, first reactions, and then what you think this is leading to.
Well, I loved it. It was good to see new faces on the weekly programming that we're not used to seeing them, which was fun. It was very fun to see all the different matchups. Like, who would have thought we'd see Aleister Black versus Elias? Like,
Yeah.
look at that combo. That's really cool.
Especially because Black came in like the week after Elias got storyline banned from NXT.
Yeah. So it was cool
Yeah.
to see people like that you don't usually see interact with each other. But I do think this is that NXT's going to be involved in the shakeup.
Yeah.
That's what I honestly think.
I was
What it
surprised because I saw it on Twitter, like that they were there. I'm like, okay, because they put that out like I believe like maybe 30 minutes before the show.
Yeah, I got the message on my phone. I was like, what?
I was like, okay, but now I think they're all coming up pretty soon because none of them have titles. We'll probably get to that match later. Nobody has titles, so I'm guessing everybody's gonna come up, especially from those four. And I was just surprised, and it was good to see them on Raw and SmackDown.
Champ is still champ.
Oh, I forgot about Champ. Forget about him, but you know what? He'll lose it down when it's
He
like
will.
Matt Riddle
Yeah.
or something.
Mania weekend, he's losing it.
Up front. Yeah. I liked it a lot. I think it was interesting for sure. I think it was a good way to get the mainstream to know these guys because obviously they're the elite. They're definitely the most elite in the company.
Yeah.
If not, well, aside from some people who won't say that, but they're all amazing.
Yeah.
So it's stuff they do every week at Full Sail is great. So I mean, it's good they're getting their due. Again, the crowd just killed it, but in a bad way. But no, I liked it a lot. I think it was cool.
Good.
I hope to see more of them.
Yeah. I'm always weary when they do something because I'm always afraid of how they're going to be received. I have faith in them working it out, but I'm never too sure, I would assume because we've heard more and more about the possibility of NXT moving to FS1 when the Fox deal comes together for SmackDown in October. I would have thought that this was to give NXT as a brand some mainstream eyes on it in preparation for that move to FS1. So that way when it comes time for Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp to start advertising NXT on
Lord.
Undisputed, they could be like, yeah, look at Ricochet. And then people would be like, yeah, I saw Ricochet on Raw. He's cool. I'm going to go watch him. Will they stay as part of the NXT brand until October? I don't think so. At this point, I don't think so.
Someone has to.
Yeah.
I think Alistair's getting the call up.
Agreed.
Of any of the four, Alistair
I
definitely.
think, well, we'll get to this with NXT, but I think Johnny's winning the title and staying
Yeah.
there for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, I read the spoilers. And
I
Yeah,
read
the
me
spoilers too.
Me
yeah, so what I think's going to happen, I
We're
think.
bad people.
Yeah, no.
I can't. You can't on my feed. It's. I can't. Come on.
Yeah.
The only people I see coming up, like now, maybe Era and Ricochet and Black, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Era. I think Era's got.
Well, they did. They want the gold. I think
they'll
if they
get
get to
that
the
title run.
if they get to the main roster, I think they're going to push them very quick.
I hope so.
Oh,
And now they'll be on SmackDown where they should be.
Yeah. I still don't know what to make of it long term. I don't think they're going to be on WrestleMania, or if they are, it'll be in the DeAndre Battle Royal because it's just too quick of a turnaround to try to get them into some sort of program, especially considering you brought up like 5 or 6 people back in December that haven't really done anything either. I'm assuming they're waiting until post shakeup for them to actually start doing stuff. Because right now they're still just floating on both brands.
Yeah.
So once the shakeup happens, they'll designate them to one brand.
Would you be opposed to like say those 4 guys are the actual call-ups? The ones on Monday and Tuesday. What if they just like, to fill in a match on the WrestleMania card since it's like 7 hours long, a fatal 4-way,
They
somewhere
could.
in the middle.
They could,
That
yeah.
would definitely get some exposure.
Yeah.
All 4 of them just going at it.
Yeah.
I'm scared for NXT if that happens.
Why?
Because what do you got? You got Dream,
You got Dream, you got Undisputed. It's
Riddle.
time to. You got Riddle,
Riddle.
Puncher
You got,
Martinez,
Keith Lee.
the guy, I forget his
Boogs?
name. No, not him.
Oh, no.
He does like a GTS, but it's like reversed.
Dijakovic.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
They
Dream.
got to start
Big
building
Dom
these
Dijak.
guys quicker now. Than
And judging by the
Kushida's coming.
Kushida, ACH is coming home. Trevor Lee's coming
There's a
home.
lot of
Trevor Lee,
there's a
that's all
lot of
Yeah.
people coming.
And their women's division is
Oh,
stacked. So
that's stacked.
wherever they may falter with the men losing these names, the women will pick it up. It's no big deal.
Yeah,
Face
and
it,
even
the
the
main
men
roster
that's
needs
coming
it.
will pick it up too.
Yeah.
The main roster's play with injuries. They need it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my other thing.
Yeah, and again, by face value, the call-ups this week were pretty interesting just because it was something fresh.
Right.
And you're like, where the hell are these guys coming from? It's that unpredictability factor, especially so close to Mania. You would think that they're just going to keep it safe, try to build their stuff for Mania, and then they just throw us a curveball like that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Again, if you read the spoilers, you know that's not correct.
Yeah.
But
Got a kayfabe boys out there.
You know.
Yeah. SmackDown improved a lot. They were in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. Opening up with the NXT title match from last year's TakeOver New Orleans in the same building, Andrade and Alistair. It was a really good match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're going to save, the really 5-star
Yeah.
quote unquote match for time down the line.
Yeah.
But it was still a good showing.
They're
Yeah.
3 for 3.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Easily.
A tough time for Selena Vega.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't know what to do. He had a ring on too. I was like, I didn't think he should wear it. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. And they taped something for Twitter after the show with Andrade and Zelina saying, it's no big deal. This isn't over between me and Alistair. So we'll see something down the line between those two. They have dumb chemistry together.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Andrade still got something to do with Ray.
Andrade,
Yeah, right? Where-
yeah.
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah.
They're just giving us a little break from Mania. maybe,
Yeah.
Which I'm okay
Well,
with.
he needs to get the title off R-Truth.
Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, so,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So did everybody else.
yeah, I didn't because that's.
I mean,
we
yeah,
need the title.
I know what's up.
I hope they bring something up with R-Truth soon. I was saying that they just give him like a Crash Holly defense where he has to defend against 7 people at Mania and he comes out on top. Then the next night on SmackDown he loses to someone like that. I think that's the way to go, but I don't know.
Give a certain someone a couple last year winning the United States Championship.
I know who you're talking about, and I don't like it.
I didn't catch that first, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is, you jerk. Ricochet fought Eric Young, so Sanity was there. So
Oh, I
Killian
loved
Dane,
it.
Eric
Killian
Young was
Dane,
on the card.
Yeah.
I was so surprised.
Killian Dane could stop saying where's Sanity. He was right there.
They skipped his entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It was during the picture-in-picture commercial.
yeah.
Yeah,
I feel so bad for them. I love Sanity.
Yeah,
I feel
Sanity's
so
so
bad for
good.
them.
they're better suited for Raw, I think.
Yeah.
Well, because
Yeah.
their tag division sucks.
Yeah.
Maybe the Revival, and then we'll do a little switcheroo.
Oh, I think maybe they were fight the Revival.
Oh,
Yeah,
They could-
I would like that too.
Yeah.
I don't
That
think
works, too.
I think the Revival's going to hold on to the titles for a little bit.
I hope so.
At least
I
for
know.
My
Mania.
hot
Yeah.
take.
Yeah.
Wait till my hot take.
Oh my. Yeah, I know what it is already.
Yeah.
So.
Like Raw is better suited for the SmackDown role of old, because you remember back in the day of the original brand split, they would put people on SmackDown who they weren't trusting to be on the A show, and they just had them develop, and then once they got to be stars, they moved them over to Raw. I think Raw is in that position now, especially with the third hour. You need more people to fill time. So if you could come up with creative things for different people to do on Raw, that would be good, because SmackDown's already tight as it is.
Yeah.
So SmackDown has the stars. If you put the stars, especially now that they're moving to Fox and they're going to be in every home in America in October, it's better to have your stars on SmackDown. And then once they get built up on Raw, then you send them over to SmackDown, and then you send people with star power on SmackDown over to Raw to bolster Raw up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think
But-
Ronda's going to SmackDown still.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't leave after.
Yeah, well, I think-
Mania.
I don't think she'll leave. Because she's signed multi-year. Whether or not she works like
Yeah.
post-Mania
She'll take a little time off, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but having kids staying is in her contract, isn't it?
I don't know.
I thought that was the deal they broke.
Well,
I don't know.
once Becky wins the title, I think they're going to do the switcheroo too.
Yeah.
Because Becky has to be on Raw.
She has
Yeah.
to be on
Yeah.
Raw.
And
Yeah.
I think
Charlotte's probably going to stay on SmackDown and someone else.
Well, yeah. Well, then you
Yeah.
have to find somebody else to fight Becky.
Yeah, you're right.
We'll figure it out.
Mandy.
Yeah. Oh, can we talk about that?
Oh, that segue. There we go.
We got ourselves a new #1 contender out here.
My God.
I don't know about that one, but
She
yeah,
pinned the champion clean as a sheet.
What a week of up and downs for Corey Graves. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Oh boy, he had himself.
he had a
Had
good
himself a
weekend.
week.
Oh, Corey.
Yeah. So Mandy pretended that her eye hurt, and then threw Asuka into the ropes and rolled her up, clean as a sheet. No two ways about it. Probably going to Fastlane. Probably going to beat Asuka at Fastlane for the
No,
title.
she's going to get tapped out. in
She's
2
not. Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Good on her, because I think she's done great stuff recently. So
Yeah, it was a fine match.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
Just the ending was a mistake. Asuka should have won. I'd be totally fine with this if Asuka won.
Yeah, and
That's it.
Asuka hasn't been on TV for a little bit,
That too.
yeah.
so like,
Yeah.
bring her back and she loses.
They also need to build people up for Mania, because I
Yeah,
have no idea who
that's
she's
totally fine,
working
too.
at Mania.
Bring up Kyrie, please. They won't do it. They show
Sky Pirates,
Right.
them against Sasha and Bailey.
Well, they did say they're defending everywhere.
Yeah. This isn't much of a spoiler from the NXT spoilers, because we knew that this was going to happen. But Sasha and Bailey came out and said, NXT women, step your game up, because we'll defend down here.
Yep.
So the only team down in NXT that's worth a damn is Kyrie and Io.
And that's good enough to fight them.
That's more than good enough. It's
But-
takeover worthy, maybe.
Possibly.
They're on both cards.
It might be takeover. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall, see what sticks.
I think Io is getting a title push now.
That's right. She is fighting Bianca, #1 contenders.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't even know if that happened. I fell
ended
asleep.
in,
It didn't
Raw
happen.
Okay, so
Sorry.
triple threat then at
Oh,
Takeover.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. Spoiler alert to those of you at home.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I've been. Just read the spoilers. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen anyway.
Yeah.
It's pre-tape things. Come on.
Exactly.
But I was just thinking, go back to WWE a year ago today.
Mm-hmm.
Asuka was on her undefeated streak, and you look at Tuesday, she lost to Mandy Rose.
Okay.
Look at the difference.
So the thing here is that Asuka's only lost 9 times since she came to WWE. It's still one of the best win-loss records in the history of the industry.
Yeah.
So one loss on TV isn't gonna hurt.
No, I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
hurting her. I'm just looking at the difference.
It's-
how crazy it is.
Yeah. The fact that they're comfortable enough to be like, yeah, you should just lose on TV. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
She's not gonna lose any popularity from this or
No.
anything like that. She's still Asuka.
Yeah.
Yeah. DIY had themselves a week. Beating the Revival clean on Raw. Beating the Bar clean on SmackDown.
Hair former and current tag champions.
Yeah.
I like the little storyline between it. They're like, "Oh, who are you little guys?
Yeah.
Why are you on my brand?"
Yeah.
I mean,
Then-
damn, did you see the size difference though?
Oh
They-
my
Oh
God,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then they beat them.
Yeah. No, good.
Did you see the way Sheamus's stenosis spine fell on Ciampa's knee.
God, that made my heart drop.
I was scared. I was very
terrified.
scared.
I think he's okay, but I was scared.
He worked
God.
like multiple matches on the tapings
Oh,
today.
great.
So
I didn't think about that.
I think
Yeah.
he's fine. Whether or not Sheamus wrestles for a couple weeks,
Yeah, whatever.
beyond me, because apparently he has spinal stenosis, and dropping him on his knee like that didn't look pretty.
No,
So,
but they broke the bar, all right.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
He said he was gonna do
So
it.
they said they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Then the big 6-man tag from all the chamber participants main evented.
I like the little the pancake thing that
Yeah.
Kofi had. That was hilarious.
I like the payoff to the 10 years ago. Orton yelling,
Stupid.
stupid. And then Kofi hits the clothesline and yells it back at him.
That was so
that's good.
It's really good storytelling
Yeah.
from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You had to be a fan at that time to realize that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm assuming we all basically were
Yeah.
fans at that time.
Yeah.
And seeing that, it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know what that means
Yeah.
or what happened. So
I wonder if Randy okayed that.
Oh, yeah. Orton's the type of guy he seems like. It's just like, yeah, I don't care. I was a jerk back then, whatever.
yeah, I think he just looks like he doesn't care about anything.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking, right? It's
Just
like
neat. And then they announced Kofi versus Bryan for Fastlane.
Perfect.
We're all for it. I think
I'm
all
on
for
board. Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
Shane McMahon confused me to that. When he came out, I was like, I don't understand. You're a competitor and you're also in charge, and you make matches at pay-per-views now. So
Especially because they have like multiple people who could fill his spot in that segment.
Yeah, Triple H should have came out or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Triple H did for the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
right. Like, why didn't that happen?
See, it would have been just easier if they kept Paige as the GM of the damn brand, and we could just be like, okay, Paige is coming out. Here's an announcement
She has a
coming.
movie to promote, man.
Yeah.
You
Comes
know.
out tonight.
Yeah. Oh,
It
that
does.
was
Really?
right.
Free plug, you're welcome.
Fight with my
Christ,
family.
it's
That's
Thursday,
right.
isn't
Yep,
it?
I'm going to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Not seeing it.
Yeah.
Not seeing it yet.
I'm having a long day today, so I do want to see it because it's getting good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's good because it looked like The Rock's movie featuring The Rock, starring The Rock, but also about Paige. So
Yeah.
if you watch any of these trailers, it's what it is. But yeah, so SmackDown was very good.
SmackDown's
Yeah.
what
SmackDown
SmackDown
was-
always
SmackDown was
is.
always
I think because we've talked about this before on the show, like everything that Raw didn't do right, SmackDown did right.
Oh, right.
SmackDown just corrects the mistakes that Raw ends up making.
benefit of going second.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
Yeah.
the truth.
Yeah. Anyone watch 205?
Didn't get to it, but I watch NXT.
Did-
I know what happened, but I didn't watch it.
Did y'all see the picture of TJ Perkins, TJP, looking like a trucker?
Oh, with his tattoos and stuff now?
He's
Yeah, I
got
saw the picture of
tattoos
his
up and
tattoos.
down. He's got this like
Really?
pervert mustache. He had his cap on like a trucker. He looked disheveled. He looked 15 years old when he won the Cruiserweight Classic 3 years ago. He looks 65 now. It's
had-
disgusting.
He's had a bad 3 years since then,
He-
or two, however long it's been.
I mean, his personality is very off-putting, so I could see not wanting to work with him. He's very good in the ring, but it doesn't matter when you look like that.
Not at all. Not at all.
Humberto Carrillo beat him in a very good match.
Good.
After the match, because Gulak and Gallagher were out there, and they like celebrated with them, and Humberto didn't know what was going on, but Gulak's been trying to recruit him to the stable, so it's a little interesting thing going on. Drake Maverick announced an 8-man single elimination
I did see
tournament. Winner fights Murphy at Mania for the title, which is great because it's good for Buddy Murphy. Gets on the Mania card. He deserves it after the year he's had.
Yeah.
For sure.
They announced the first 2 first-round matches for next week. It's going to be Drew Gulak against Brian Kendrick and Kalisto versus Tony Nese.
Those should be solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
I don't know who the other 2 people are, or the other 2 matches are. I don't know what the brackets are because they haven't announced any of that yet. Early predictions, I think Tony Nese is winning.
Tony Nese or Noam Dar still I'm sticking with.
Yeah.
Noam Dar gets in that tournament.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't even know. Somebody new has to face Buddy.
That's
Yeah,
the
someone-
thing.
That's the main thing.
Because
he-
Murphy's been saying, I'm the greatest cruiserweight of all time. You can't really just give him Cedric again and have that, work with
That
that,
happened
that
last.
story.
No, that didn't happen last Mania. My bad.
Yeah.
Before. Sorry. I mean, later.
Yeah, I have a buddy who's been throwing out Mysterio's name, but Mysterio's not working the kickoff of Mania. It would be a great match, but he's not working the kickoff of Mania. I don't know, maybe an NXT guy. I don't know, especially because they're working Takeover the night, 2 nights before, right? It's the Friday now.
Yeah, because the Hall of Fame is Saturday.
Because the Hall of Fame is Saturday. There could be, and the last time it was on the Friday, Sami Zayn worked Takeover in Mania.
Yeah.
And he worked a ladder match at Mania, too. They didn't care.
And he fought Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
A ladder match that Zack Ryder won. Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
You know it.
Ugh.
No, wait.
Yeah.
Good. He lost the next night.
The main event at 205, yeah, he did. Yeah. And the SmackDown after that, too. And most of the shows after that, too.
He hasn't been on.
We got it.
He's on Raw Monday night.
He was.
Yes.
And it was
They
forgettable.
lost to Lucha House Party.
Because Kurt Hawkins is on his team, man.
And the Lucha House Dragons were fighting them.
I can't stand them. Oh,
I don't like the Lucha House Party. Like, as people on the face of the earth, I don't like the Lucha House Party. The main event 205, Cedric Alexander beat Mike Kanellis. I looked at their cage match record against each other. That was the first time Cedric's ever beaten Kanellis in one-on-one competition.
Oh, wow.
Kanellis beat him in Ring of Honor in 2011 and 2014, so Cedric finally got a win back. The best Kanellis match he's had in WWE,
I would believe
far
that.
and away.
Yeah. Really
He really showed his skill set in that match, and it was really good. Good for him to finally find his ground on that, which is good. NXT was very good too. Very good.
Yeah.
NXT is a G, as I called Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Just NXT in general is a G.
Yeah.
It is.
The first match was Roderick Strong. I
God.
love Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
He doesn't get enough praise to me.
The fact that they moved Bobby back into the tag scene just so they could get Roddy some singles time is real good.
Smart move.
The fact that he's so the whole idea that the Undisputed won every title, right? Adam Cole is definitely an NXT champion pick, right? We were agreeing on that.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bobby and Kyle are the tag title picks.
Yep.
Roddy's the North American title pick, and you know who's the champ right now?
Awesome.
The Velveteen Dream against Roderick Strong for the North American title at some point down the line is going to be ridiculous.
I'll take that at TakeOver.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
From what I read, I don't think that's happening.
No.
I think it's going to be a triple threat match
Ooh.
with Cole and
I
Matt
don't
Riddle.
care. I'm just excited for whatever happens.
Yeah,
If Riddle walks out as champ, imagine.
but Aleister Black and Roderick Strong.
Very good match. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a really good match, and that was the second best match on the card.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The main event, Velveteen Dream beat Johnny Gargano for the North American title. Great match.
Oh.
That's our third great match together on TV. I said last year Dream was the best wrestler in the world in 2018, and he's more than proven myself right so far in 2019. So
Two great talents going at
Yeah.
it, Johnny and Dream.
yeah, you can't argue with that.
I was actually like on the edge of my chair at like 3 o'clock this morning watching this because I didn't know what they were going to do with it because they had at the tapings they had
They
the
filmed
two
twice, right?
Yeah, they had the two.
It's not
different
that they filmed 2 finishes. It was that Gargano stole the title post match, and people saw that picture and thought that
It
they
made it
taped
look
this.
like he won.
It made it look like you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
That's cool though.
yeah,
but guess
yeah,
what?
to give people like
They still
what the
have
hell's
me on
going
the edge of
on.
my chair
Yeah.
at 3
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
so
Oh,
it's
man.
okay.
Like,
Yeah.
That one kick out from Velveteen was like,
Yeah.
Ooh,
whoa.
yeah.
Oh.
It started off a little slow, then it picked up.
Yeah.
It gradually got better. Then once it hit the climax of the match,
Yeah.
Oof.
it was
The
just
stuff
so
Dream
good.
was doing at the end, where he's picking him up for the DVD and then rolling back through and hit another one.
He basically did a John Cena versus
Yeah.
AJ Styles. He
Yeah.
did the AA off the top, then he did the roll
Super
through.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good match.
Great match.
Yeah.
I love the way how he did the last one. Then it like he right up to the
Yeah,
ropes.
just one fluid movement.
And just Morrow going, Dream on!
Yeah.
Dream on! Dream on! I'm like, yeah, Morrow.
Over for Johnny Gargano.
We love Morrow. Shout out Morrow.
Yeah.
Great. Great stuff.
So good.
But
Favorite-
also, oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
At NXT, the return of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
Yes. Yeah, that was the announcement. They announced 4 teams, and they'll announce 4 teams next week in the bracket. It's Dusty season.
It's Dusty.
I'm fine.
Look,
I'm fine with it being now.
I saw what's
yeah.
going to happen. I just
Yeah.
want to see the match.
Yeah.
And you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to see.
Well,
I
there-
need to see
I saw
it.
that.
There's a couple matches on that side of the bracket that I
I
want
don't
to
care
see.
about any of them.
the
I want to
final-
see DIY versus the Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
what
my
I wanna
god.
see.
Yes.
If you judge by how long it took the Twitter user who broke the scoops to tweet out the match and the finish, they got like 15 minutes. If you judge it off of that.
That's all
So,
fun.
Awesome.
Hey,
oh boy.
Aleister Black and Ricochet's a tag team too.
Yeah.
That's
gonna
insane.
Be
Yeah.
The finals is weird though, isn't it?
Yes, but the finals the first year was weird too. So I'm not going to use it as a precedence for like. I don't think they're doing what I think you're afraid they're going to do.
Well,
I-
the finals, if I'm not mistaken, is Aleister and Ricochet versus the Forgotten Sons, right?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so to put the Forgotten Sons over?
I don't think so.
I hope
No?
not.
How do you?
I don't
They
think so.
can't beat them.
Because the
Just
first
logistically,
year
no.
winners was Finn and Joe, right?
Yeah.
First one's Finn Joe over Corbin and Rhino, which wasn't
Oh my
really.
lord.
LOL.
Which 2015. It was 4 years. I was a senior in high school when that happened. Look at me
Oh, I
now.
was a sophomore.
Ugh.
That was-
Yeah, I was a baby. I still am, but that's okay.
Then 2016, the Authors of Pain beat TM61.
hmm
Oh, that's when
Okay.
Shane Thorne got hurt, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
around that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he did like the crazy spot off the
Yeah.
because they had the cage up where Paul Ellering was in.
Yeah.
Then they skipped 2017. And then last year it was AOP. No, AOP was the champ.
No, it was
Undisputed.
It was
was
Undisputed
the champ.
versus
It
Dunn.
was AOP. Yeah, AOP against Dunn and Roddy was the finals.
And
Yeah.
then Roddy turned. You know
Yeah.
that
So
story.
even Dunn and Roddy was like a makeshift team that wasn't
Yeah.
really. How the hell are they winning the classic? So
Forgotten Sons, like.
And
What,
against
is the
Black and Ricochet?
is the
Yeah.
final going to be
What?
for the tag titles again?
no,
It's for
because
the-
the War Raiders are
It's for the fight them, right?
Maybe they'll get a number one.
Maybe they will, and maybe it'll lead somewhere to Black versus Ricochet.
down.
Yo.
Again, I'm still holding out in the idea that, especially because the NXT guys had NXT graphics, like their lower thirds for their names were all still the NXT style on Monday and Tuesday.
Mhm.
I'm still holding out that they'll just be hands on the main roster until NXT gets on FS1, and they'll just kind of be the liaisons between the casual audience and the NXT fans.
Yeah.
So if they're doing something long term for them, then that's the thing. You could just put those two guys together.
Well, I think at the shows after Mania will probably decide that at least one of them has to
Yeah.
stick, right? And then because after that takeover and after that Mania, like
It's
the whole
like May or
storyline's
June,
changed,
yeah.
so you got to just
Yeah.
and the shakeup happens a week later.
Right.
Or maybe with Aleister and Ricochet, we'll get a loser leaves NXT match or something.
Ooh,
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, possibly.
that's good.
I feel like they're going to do a lot with Ricochet too. I don't think they've tapped Ricochet's full potential.
No, not at all. I think he could have an NXT title run,
Yeah.
possibly.
But I don't know if they'll keep him down there because I feel like he could be.
He's too good for them to keep him down there. In
Yeah.
all honesty,
But that's the thing is, if you're going to go on network TV,
you kinda
you need stars.
Yeah.
So if you're going to, you should build around the stars that you have now because your talent roster has never been this good before in NXT.
No.
So I understand what you're saying because he definitely shone in his two matches on the
like
on-
Aleister
on
Black
Tuesday.
last year. So like the matches he had with Adam Cole, that whole string.
Yeah,
He's too good to be in NXT.
Yeah.
But they needed him down there.
yeah, exactly.
And it was like that for Finn Balor for a long time.
Right.
They needed somebody down there.
It's hard to say that you're too good for NXT because when that's kind of the best brand going.
Yeah,
It's hard to
that's
say
a good
that.
point too.
It's hard to say that, but you know when somebody's ready for the main roster.
Right,
Yeah.
but you know the
Yeah.
takeovers are awesome. Like,
takeovers
come
are-
on.
Yeah,
Oh, you weren't here, but I give NXT a 20 out of a 10
yeah.
every time because it deserves it, and it
I
is.
mean, War Games too. Oh, that's like my favorite. That was my favorite of the past year. No, I'm sorry, it was not, but it was up there.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
I apologize.
Yeah.
It was not. Yeah. New Orleans was way better. But
Yeah,
you know
so I understand that, and even if you go back to 2015 with Bailey being the only one of the horsewomen to not get called up, it's because they needed her for the women's division.
Yeah.
So-
Especially then, because
yeah.
there's nobody then.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. One last thing I just want to bring up before we take our top of the hour break. NXT UK, they had the UK women's title match. Toni Storm beat Rhea Ripley, another great match. Rhea Ripley is a star. Wherever the hell she ends up after this UK run is just going to be gung-ho. They could use her on regular NXT if Shayna gets called up.
Ooh,
But
yeah.
she's the next big bad force in the women's division. She'd be great in that position.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Female Pete Dunne.
yeah.
I just need to see Walter and Pete Dunne. I feel so bad for Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
Because we know he's going to have. I just need to see that match.
You think he's gonna end his title reign?
I think so.
I think
Yeah,
so.
he has to.
Okay.
Someone's got to end it. It's been 2 years now.
Yeah, that's
What is he?
true.
He's over 600 days by
Yeah.
now, I believe.
He close to 600, yeah.
I think he's over 600. I think
He might be. I don't know how
Takeover, I
years
think.
work. I'm a comm major.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we all.
I'm definitely not good at math.
So that was this week in WWE. After the break, we're going to start Top 5 Thursdays, the best and worst WrestleMania openers of all time. Then we're going to get into our first edition of Hot Take
Yes.
Thursdays. Tune in for the second hour of No Rest Holds for the Weary here on Brave New Radio.
WPSC, Wayne, New Jersey. On the radio, 88.7 FM. Online, gobrave.org. A tune-in radio station. Part of the William Patterson Broadcast Network.
Broadcasting live from Hobart Hall in Wayne, New Jersey.
This is
The innovative,
I think they're really unique.
the fearless,
they have awesome variety.
the kick-ass,
I love Brave New Radio.
the sensational.
I've never heard anything like it.
This is the one and only Brave New Radio.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to No Rest Holds for the Weary here on Brave New Radio. I'm still Dante Vacatoro. Still got Stephen Clark, Samori Rose, and Joe Greco here in studio. Talked about what happened this week in WWE and beyond in the first hour. If you missed it, too bad. We're going to move on to our next edition of Top 5 Thursday. It's going to be fun. We're going to talk WrestleMania openers because now we're clearly opening up the road to WrestleMania. I guess that's the segue into it. So we have the best and worst. I actually wrote down all 34 openers just so I had something to go off of to make this list. So, yeah, that's all I got. I don't have what it takes this morning. Who wants to start?
Why not? I'll go for it. All right, so I don't really have any bad ones, so I'll stick with my top ones for now.
Okay.
So my number 5, I'm going to WrestleMania 24. Finley and JBL in that Belfast brawl.
One of my favorite matches ever, actually.
Oh man,
Absolute fun.
yeah, just fun. No, it was fun. It was a good time. WrestleMania 24 was a little kid back then, seeing all this crazy stuff going on, and it was a good pay-per-view overall. So that's my 5. My number 4, which is a match that before the show I didn't think would be on this list, but AJ versus Shane McMahon from WrestleMania 33, just it blew me away. Like going into that show, I'm like, oh, why is AJ in this match? Why is he not in the title picture with Orton and Bray? But then he got thrown in this match with the boss's son. But it wound up being really good and setting the, I'd say, almost match of the night for
It might have been match of the night.
To me, that was the match of the night.
I think it was. Yeah.
The only close one was Triple H and Rollins.
Oh, that's right.
That carried on a little long for me, though.
And then what was the main event of that show? Roman Taker, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So better than that.
Whoa.
So
It's my arm now.
I was deciding what ladder match to put on for my number 3. Cause they're always open with these ladder matches. I was gonna put the Zack Ryder one just because Zack Ryder won at 32, but I didn't. I went with WrestleMania 31, which was the IC title match, that IC ladder match that Bryan won against Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, Wade Barrett, R-Truth, Dolph Ziggler, and Stardust. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he doing these days?
I
I wonder.
I saw a picture of him this week on Twitter, and the caption was, "I've seen 3 people in my life more tired than this," and he had bags under his eyes like you couldn't believe.
Insane, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Mans has a lot on his plate.
now he knows.
Yeah.
Now he knows what Big Vince is doing.
Yeah.
But that was a good match. It was cool to see Bryan win the IC title. I think
him
that
and
made him.
Ziggler on the ladder headbutting their lives out.
Yeah, yeah. And Ambrose took a spot too through a ladder, I believe. Harper put him through a ladder.
Yep.
But it was cool to see Bryan win that. I think that made him not Triple Crown. What's it?
Grand Slam.
Grand Slam champion, which was cool to see.
It did also make him Triple Crown.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
technically Grand Slam.
Technically, you're right. But then Bryan didn't have many more months after that either. When his retirement, then we know how he came back. But it was cool to see him get that. Even though he had the moment the year before at WrestleMania 30,
Right.
it was cool to see him win that prestigious title at 31. My number 2, I'm going from last year's WrestleMania. WrestleMania 34, Seth Rollins versus The Miz versus Finn Balor, Triple Threat Intercontinental Championship. Wow. What a way to open the show. Like, another great match, 3 top talents, and the entrances, I love entrances in wrestling.
Yeah.
The entrances were great with Seth with the Game of Thrones esque entrance. The Miz with all that was the first time we really saw like the on-screen graphics. Too.
Yeah.
So that was
The
cool seeing
augmented
Miz.
reality
I think one of them
graphics,
said
yeah.
hot wife too,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. And Balor with the LGBTQ community, which was just really cool
Yeah.
to see. Then they just put on a good show, a hot way to open the show. Vince loved it, as we saw in the 24 on the network. And Rollins won the title. Rollins Intercontinental Champion, which was cool to see. And my number 1, WrestleMania 30, Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. I went with.
Very
Solid.
good match. Yeah.
Very.
What a great way to open the show. Great opening package. The opening video.
Was that set to Monster by Imagine Dragons? That one.
Yes, it was.
That one and the Cena Wyatt one. Two of the greatest video packages of all time.
On the same
WWE's
show
done.
too, which is
Yeah.
nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. Those two and Miz's Hate Me Now from WrestleMania 27 are my 3 favorite video packages WWE has ever put together.
I agree. But just Bryan and Triple H, Triple H, the big corporate guy with his wife at ringside, and then this scrawny Daniel Bryan, who everyone's hoping he wins so he can get into the triple threat later in the night. And then he wins, and then he takes the beat down from Triple H after, and we're like, oh no, is he going to be okay? And then it just sets up for the awesome
I think
event.
that match is made better by the main event.
Yeah.
That match is ways.
I agree. But yeah, that's my top 5.
Good list.
That's a good list.
Thank you.
I like it. You always got a good list. I like
I
it.
appreciate that some more.
I got to go after you all the time, though. All right, so I have 3 honorable mentions. I'll go through them quick. So the Money in the Bank match from WrestleMania 23 that Mr. Kennedy won. Yeah.
Kennedy.
Yeah, then he lost it like a few months later. But
There was a weird situation too where they thought he was going to be hurt long term. So that's why they took the briefcase off of him, but then they found out that it wasn't anything. So he just came back next week. And
it was for the better.
Yeah.
Edge got another title reign. The IC ladder match from WrestleMania 31. Very good. Very good. A lot of spots. Stardust with his polka dotted ladder. Every time he pulled it out, I loved it. And this one might be a surprise. Jericho and Regal from WrestleMania 17.
Okay, this is interesting because Jericho in his book said he didn't like this match.
Yeah. They didn't get much time, and I may talk about the Attitude Era a little later. Yeah. But, yeah, that was a good match. So, number 5, I have Finn versus Seth versus Miz. Phenomenal match. 3 really good talents putting on a show. That's how you started WrestleMania. Number 4, I got Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, WrestleMania 30. Another good match. Daniel Bryan got his moment. We all love that. Then I have Ray versus Eddie Guerrero from WrestleMania 21. They were tag partners at the time. They put on a really good, solid match. The cruiserweight style. Number 2, I have AJ versus Shane McMahon. I'll talk about this for a little bit. This, because I'm a big AJ Styles stan, I'll admit it. that made him. That shows you how good of a wrestler he is. That Shane McMahon and him had the match of the night on a WrestleMania card that had a lot of good other matches on there, and it was so many counters that Shane McMahon did. I think he did like it was a phenomenal forearm to a tornado DDT. It was a lot of good stuff in that match, and then AJ did the one-arm Styles Clash. So much good stuff in that match. The number one, Brett and Owen at WrestleMania 10. You know, the two brothers fighting each other. The storylines of that was amazing. It was amazing. You know, they have so much chemistry. They're brothers. You know, I'm a little brother, so, you know, I love that Owen one. So that's definitely number one. Very good match. Very, very good match.
I agree with that being number one, but since I didn't watch it live, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know.
I understand that. I get that a lot. Like, my friends tell me, "Oh, Michael Jordan can't be your GOAT because you didn't see him live." And I think that's bogus.
Yeah.
Because I can go back. Like, that's like saying, "Oh, you can't say anything about World War II because you weren't alive."
Right.
I agree, but a good list.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good.
Hey, thank you.
Joe, what do you got today?
Well, knowing that coming into this, I was not prepared.
Right. Yeah. That's my fault. That's not yours. So.
Don't worry about it. I'll defer. I didn't come with a top 5 list,
That's
but
fine,
off the top
that's
of my
fine.
head, it's been said twice before, but I'm just going to reiterate how good the match, because I love Finn Balor and Seth Rollins so much, and the curb stomps are my favorite finishers of all time. I'm going to say that was the best match, especially because WrestleMania 34 did not end very well.
The last 2 hours are so dragged.
Left a horrible taste in our mouths, especially the way it ended. I lost a bet. I lost $40 on that. Because everybody else had Roman winning, including myself. But no, not the point. But yeah, I'll just reiterate how good of that match that was. Just 3 performers going at it. Finn Balor is my favorite. He doesn't get the recognition he deserves still, even though he has the title. But despite that, at WrestleMania 34, Seth Rollins overcame that. Especially the White Walker thing really hit me. Yeah. Because I love Game of Thrones. It's my favorite show. So, and he burned it down. So I'll defer to you, Dante.
That's good. It was good. Don't worry, I'll get to talk about that match in a bit. There's a lot of really good ones, especially recently. I've been saying that about Manias just in general. Recently, it's just been on fire. But you got to throw those 2 ladder matches from 31 and 32 in the honorable mentions category. Both of them, everyone killed each other for that, and everything was good. The Money in the Banks that opened the shows too at 23 and 25. Obviously, the Belfast Brawl from 24. It goes unsaid. One of my personal favorites, the Hardcore Title Triple Threat from 15. That was Bob Holly, Al Snow, and Billy Gunn. Obviously, Brett and Owen too. I'm not a big Brett fan, just as a person.
I know.
So yeah.
Me too with that. I'm not the biggest Brett fan.
So it sours a little bit. I'm more of a fan of like a little flashier wrestling too, but you can't deny like how technically sound that match was.
Great technical wrestler. Like, don't get us wrong, but
yeah,
I understand what you guys mean. Like, he's kind of had a really bland personality.
Yeah.
But you know what? So. I'll take the wrestling over his personality.
That's fine. Hey, that's why we're here talking on the radio. If you at home have an opinion disagrees, too bad you're not on the radio. So my number 5 is
heel Dante.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it.
Hashtag heel Dante.
Number 5, Eddie and Ray from WrestleMania 21. We actually just watched that show a couple weeks ago in Discord, and that match is just ridiculous what they're doing to each other, and the whole story of them being tag champs and kind of frenemies going in. Lots of fun, lots of cool stuff. The only bad part about that match is take a shot every time Mysterio fixes his mask and you're bombed on your ass before the next match. Poor guy just needed a good tight strap and he didn't have one. So only bad thing I'll say about that match. Number 4 is an oldie but goodie. It's not, but it's underrated. I think Edge and Del Rio from WrestleMania 27. It was actually a year ago this week that I reviewed WrestleMania 27 just for the hell of it. And this was a match that stood out to me. Very well put together. Lots of drama with, they sold you on Del Rio if you weren't already sold on him because, they brought him up really quickly. A lot of good stuff there. Christian got involved. Brodus Clay and Ricardo Rodriguez got involved. A lot of near falls. Yeah. I don't like either of them, Brodus Clay. I don't even like Del Rio either. But I thought this was a really, really good match. And
last match, right?
Yeah. He technically worked like a dark 10-man tag the next night on Raw, but like he didn't do anything in that match. So obviously nobody saw it besides the people who were live in Atlanta. So if this was his last match, technically, then it's a hell of a way to go out.
Yep.
So number 3, I have Bryan Triple H from WrestleMania 30. The story pulled me in right away with that, obviously. The Monster video package. I still watch it a couple times.
Oh, and it's on YouTube, yeah.
Every once in a blue moon, I'm
Gets
like,
you
oh,
psyched.
let's feel good today. With the same things that you see now with Becky, where you're like, I know she's going to persevere, but it's real interesting to see that so much stacked against her. You saw that with Daniel Bryan and Triple H in that match. They did everything in their power to make it seem like Bryan had no shot, and then he just came back and willed his way back in. Phenomenal opener. Speaking of phenomenal, number 2, AJ and Shane. Unbelievable stuff they did in this match. And what can be said about it? Like,
Sure.
Shane busted out stuff that we haven't seen Shane
Shooting
bust
star
out.
press.
Yeah.
Shooting star.
So,
And that's the nicest WrestleMania set, by the way.
Yes.
That made that match better.
Yeah.
And it was in the daytime. Ooh.
That ramp was long.
Yeah.
That's okay. We got to see
You're
the
right.
set a little more.
You're right.
Yeah.
It was
I
a
agree.
beautiful set. I love that
Yeah.
set.
Like the universal type globe.
Yeah.
And,
That was the best
The
set.
roller coaster. Give me the green light, baby.
honestly, the greatest WrestleMania theme song of all time. To the quintessential WrestleMania theme song is Green Light. You know, did you guys ever have the WrestleMania anthology DVDs? It was a box set of the first 20 WrestleManias.
No.
I had it.
No.
And they played on the title screens, or like on the menu select screens, they played the old WrestleMania theme. Da na 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 na. Yeah, they should just replace that with Green Light now, because Green Light is the WrestleMania
It's the
theme.
opposite way around. That
Yeah.
should be the theme now on.
Number 1, Miz Seth Finn from last year. I talked about, because this is a top 5 WrestleMania match in history, regardless of position on the card. I think they did everything right. Peak Miz, peak Balor, peak Seth. Everything they did just felt right, and it felt big for WrestleMania. So yeah, that's my list there.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're about to have some fun because I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
You want to talk about the worst ones first, or do you want to?
No, I'm not talking about. I want my hot take.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm ready for this.
We're just gonna get into a hot.
Oh yeah,
soup
the
here.
worst. Daniel Bryan and Sheamus. That's the worst.
That's nice.
That's the worst opener.
The actual worst opener is Paul Orndorff and Magnificent Morocco from WrestleMania
I don't remember
2.
that. I've watched it before. I don't remember it, but
That wasn't even a thought.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan's
Yeah.
a very good wrestler, and they wasted 8 seconds of my
And
life.
look where he ended up. He got real ruined by that one.
No, I didn't say you could. I didn't say that you did. But hey, that was a bad decision.
Just think. It's because
In hindsight, he got more popular, though, because he did the no thing, and then
He did.
it parlayed back into the yes thing. So
But in 2000, what was that? 12.
at the time, it was
That was-
like, what the hell is
I
going
would have
on?
been cool if it was anyone but Sheamus.
At that point, yeah.
And the worst part is the next pay per view, they had a phenomenal 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you just? Oh, I'm not gonna go into a
They
tangent
didn't
about
have
that.
time. What do you want? The next year, the Tons of Funk and the Bellas got bumped off the show.
Good
You didn't hear
for them.
anyone
I didn't wanna
complaining
see
about that.
It was on the Raw after. I remember
Yeah.
that, and I was like,
We saw more of Punk and Taker.
This is the
instead of
second
that.
week in a row I brought up this damn match. What the hell?
tons of fun.
Why is this on my mind when we do this show?
Dollars
Brodus Clay. Oh my God.
and sweet tea.
Oof. Yeah, I'll just quickly go through. I don't have any comments besides these matches were bad. So we have Bulldog, Owen Hart, and Vader against Ahmed Johnson, Jake Roberts, and Yokozuna from WrestleMania 12.
What a bad mania.
Oof.
What a bad mania.
Rick Martel and Coco Beware from WrestleMania 6.
I love Rick Martel.
A 4-way elimination match, Headbangers against Furnace and LaFon against the Godwins against the new Blackjacks from WrestleMania 13.
Gee.
What a bad mania.
Yeah. We tried to watch WrestleMania 13 in Discord one time, and we stopped like 2 matches in because it was so boring.
No, you all you gotta do is skip the one match, and then you're fine.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
It's a one match show.
it is. Yeah. Hercules and King Haku from
Shout
WrestleMania
out Haku.
5. I love Haku. He'd probably kill me with his bare hands because he could.
He's poking people's eyes out.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
And then obviously Orndorff from Magnificent Morocco from WrestleMania 2. These matches don't matter because they happened 30 years ago. Let's get in down to brass tacks here. The first installment of Hot Take Thursdays.
Yes.
I'm glad because when I read the weather forecast for today and it said it was going to be in the 50s, I got scared because that defeats the whole purpose of why we're doing Hot Take Thursdays.
It's cold right now.
That's
all that
it's
matters.
right around the freezing point right now.
Yeah.
So we're fine. So what I've asked you guys to do is come in with 1 or 2 hot takes. You're going to get like a minute or so. Nobody's going to say anything. We might groan, but we might not rebut. We're not allowed to rebut for like a minute or so. Just say your piece and get your arguments out.
Dante's is going to kill me. I already know it.
Jinder Mahal is the greatest wrestler of the universe
Let's
era.
all calm down. We're not there yet.
Oh.
So
You said yeah.
So we're gonna
Oh God.
we're gonna start with one of you guys. You're gonna say your piece, and then we're gonna talk about it. We have about 10 minutes before we got to go to our let's say it all together contractually obligated music break. Thank you, everyone.
Sorry.
So
Radio.
we'll get one person in, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll do some more.
I guess I'll go first.
All right, so Mark, go
All right,
first.
let's get it.
Remember, no one's allowed to say anything
Triple
bad.
H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Paul Levesque is the most overrated wrestler of this generation. He gets, oh my goodness, his reign of terror, that's the worst. Dante, it'll get better. I feel like all his matches, he really gets carried. All his best matches, he's gotten carried. Oh, I just really don't like it. I just don't like Triple H. I really don't. I really don't like Triple H. You guys can rebut. Look, you could fight me on this. I could care less about Triple H.
That's the point. You're not supposed to like him. He's been a bad guy for 15 years.
No, and he's had some of the worst matches I've seen, like him and Scott Steiner.
I'm not going to argue that, though.
Like,
The
just
Steiner matches are
anything
bad.
from 2003 up to 2005. Oh, that really throws me off. And I just like him and Booker T at SummerSlam 07.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could go down to Triple H's bad matches. Him and Warrior at WrestleMania 12.
That's not his fault, though.
I don't care. He was in it. I could keep going. And I just feel like his best. He doesn't. How do I explain this? He doesn't have good matches with like people on the lower card as some of the wrestlers are who's in his tier. Just because I think he's overrated. He's cool. Yeah, like Drake to me is overrated, but I like Drake.
Okay.
But yeah, Triple H could go. He could kick a rock.
What do you guys think?
That hurt me a little bit inside.
Hey, it's supposed to.
I'm not going to lie. But, let's think of Mania 28, the end of an era match. How good was that?
It was a good match. I love the match.
You think Taker carried him?
I didn't say it particularly in that match, but I feel like he was I want to say he's the third part of the match because the whole time up to the promo leading us Undertaker and Michaels really, if you remember it back, he's like.
Do you think Sting carried him?
I don't like that match.
Really, you don't?
No.
I just like the nostalgia.
Yeah,
I think that carried the match in general. I think because DX
I don't like that match.
and NWO came out.
I feel like Daniel Bryan carried him. I feel like Michaels and Benoit. Well, the man who should not be named.
Yeah,
I feel like they carried him.
Who's that last guy? I never heard of him.
I don't disagree with you for a lot of this. Shout out to my friend Kev, who he wouldn't say that Triple H is the most overrated of all time, but he does agree that a lot of his stuff gets overhyped now that he's like the NXT dad. Yeah. So that he kind of turned the other cheek to some of his bad stuff. Yeah. I'm not agreeing that he's bad, but
he's good.
Yeah.
Like
there are some matches though. I know what you mean.
He's had his bad matches.
I would be worse if he didn't have this run from I think it was his run from the ladder of his career.
Mm-hmm.
It would be much worse if he didn't have this.
Yeah.
So if he didn't have 27 versus Taker, 28 versus Taker, him and Brock was.
It wasn't that good.
So
Yeah,
you must have exploded when he won the Rumble.
No, I hated that.
Yeah.
Like I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But him and Roman.
Yeah.
Thank you. You reminded me of that.
I fell asleep like. I was like, and I have school tomorrow. Can we not go 27 minutes? And then they went 27.
27 minutes.
What about one of the matches of the years from last year's WrestleMania, the tag match? You have
That was not about him.
have-
That's not about him.
But him fighting Ronda in the middle of that match made that match.
But I still don't.
But look at the people you have in that ring. You have a beat-up Hall of Famer in Kurt Angle.
Who can't feel his neck.
Who can't feel his neck.
Walking around like
You have
Shrek.
his partner who is making her WWE debut. And on the other side, you have the 14-time world champion.
And Stephanie, who hasn't
Stephanie,
worked since
who's the wife.
2014.
Look,
Yeah.
and that match was good.
Yeah.
You're still gonna say,
Yeah, look,
She's just
he
the
has
wife.
good matches, but I could name off a whole lot of bad matches he has.
I can name a whole lot of matches from anyone else that had.
No,
to me, John Cena is the greatest wrestler of all time. He's the GOAT, but he's had bad matches.
Is that a hot take?
That's not my hot take. That's
Hold on.
I'm Cena's up there.
You're gonna tell. So let's think of
the greatest
Let's think of the
professional
people on
wrestler
the
of all
tier of him. So we got Cena,
Yep.
Flair, Michaels, Taker,
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold.
maybe Rock.
I mean, you could throw in Rock. I don't think he lasted that long.
You said Michaels?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Who has a match as bad as him versus Scott Steiner at either Royal Rumble 03 or No Way Out 03?
There's No Way Out one was a little bit better, but
I'll do another one. Judgment Day versus Kevin Nash. Who has a match as bad as that?
I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to say it.
No, say it.
say words.
I mean, again, I don't know if we can count them.
We're doing hot takes.
You're asking if any of those guys have bad matches.
No, worse.
Worse
Than them.
Oh, worse than them. I'm sorry, my bad.
Worse than them. Yeah.
Okay, no, I can't because
Yeah. I feel like if
forget it.
Shawn Michaels had a good, Shawn Michaels gonna have a good match with Scott Steiner, and it's possible for a lot of people to have a good match with Scott Steiner. But Triple H, I think I've said my piece. You know what? It's okay.
Don't forget, we still saw, what was it, Capital Punishment, Cena versus R-Truth.
I'm not a big Cena fan. I'm not a very
Okay.
look.
They can have bad matches.
You can see him.
Look, Cena from Money in the Bank 11 up. That's the Cena I like. Anything before that, and the TLC with Edge is good.
I would say when they were transitioning into PG and they still don't know how to work around PG.
Yeah.
That's when Cena was at his most insufferable. I think everything from the end of the Wade Barrett feud onwards is probably peak Cena. Just a couple months earlier than what you would have said, but like everything from like beginning of 2009 through 2010 was kind of bad Cena. Other than that, I think Cena. But the story here is about Triple H. I understand your argument there. I've always heard the idea that Triple H tries too much to be like his idols, and he tries to wrestle too much like Harley Race and Ric Flair, and do these long methodical matches when necessarily it's not. First of all, it's not really what he's good at, and it's not really what the match calls for.
He's a good talker. He's good at telling his stories. Technically, he's like a C-.
Okay.
Sometimes, if he's in with the right person, he could get that up maybe to a B. But
That's fair. And that's what we're doing here on Hot Take Thursday.
He's the Drake of the WWE. I'll give him that.
That's fine. He's
It's a hot Drake right there.
So we'll be right back after this little music break once I decide what song. Oh, yeah, I know what song we're playing. We'll be right back. We got Steve and Joe and my big hot take that we're already getting groans for.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back right after this break. You're listening to No Wrestles for the Weary here on Brave New Radio.
Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream.
we will hit it. Welcome back to No Rest Holds for the Weary here on Brave New Radio. Dante Vacatoro, Stephen Clark, Samori Rose, and Joe Greco. We listened to Samori's eloquent response on Hot Take Thursdays about Triple H. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And now we have 3 more hot takes to get in. Joe, Stephen, who wants to go first?
I'll take it.
All
because
right.
I just want to get this one out. And I this has been in the news for a while, and it literally was announced a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago. I'm sure you guys talked about it. I just haven't been on. Dean Ambrose is leaving the WWE.
Yeah, correct.
No, he's not. I think the whole thing is a work. I don't believe it one bit. I understand that they're working him out, having him job to Drew McIntyre on Monday night. That I understand that. Okay, but why is he also a good guy? Do you want to leave him on good terms? Why is he friends with Seth Rollins all of a sudden? Why are they doing this? I don't understand. Why was Dean asking for Seth's help out there? I don't understand that. The only thing that I can think is that we're on the road to WrestleMania. If he's leaving after WrestleMania, you gotta leave the fans with something good. And I think that thing is either he helps Seth win, or given that they did a Shield powerbomb at Elimination Chamber, I can't help but think, and this is unpredictable because of Roman Reigns, but I can't help but think that one last time at WrestleMania, they're gonna all 3 of them come together after Seth wins or helping Seth win, just because they all hate Brock. They've all fought him, and the first 2 have lost to Brock. Roman's technically lost to Brock twice, once, whatever. Anyway, and he got killed by Dean. So I'm sorry, Dean killed him.
Yeah.
So I can't help but think, if you're gonna throw Ambrose out in the wind, leave him with something good. Leave him for someone people remember. And we all know Seth's gonna win, so do something good. That's my hot take. I think it, but I also think he's not leaving in general. I think they're gonna reunite the Shield, and then we're gonna go from there. Even if Roman can't compete, then just have him be the good guy again. I can't in good confidence say that he's leaving for sure.
I think half of that's head on.
I think half of that's head on too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think he's actually leaving.
Oh, I'm the opposite way around.
No, I think he's actually leaving. But last week we were talking about the Shield thing, and that's like a really good way to end the show.
Yeah.
But that's not going to end the show.
It's not going to end the show. Absolutely
that would be a really nice way to end the show.
It's not gonna.
To be fair there, too, a good way to end the Rumble would have been Becky pointing at the sign, because that's the big story, and that didn't end the show either.
Right.
So, they could conceivably still do a little Shield fist bump thing in the middle of the show.
It depends on Roman. It's all depends on
I think he'll
that.
be there.
Roman,
I'm sure he'll be there.
Yeah, Roman's filmed a movie in between now. Like he's
I'm sure
healthy
he's
enough
fine.
to walk
Not
to
fine, but-
the ring and do this.
Right,
So
right. That's what I'm
Yeah.
asking. My thing is, I'm sure what I think is going to happen, and what I feel, and what more I want to happen. I don't know if I want more that I want Seth to win on his own, or I want like Brock to be beating the crap out of him, and Roman's music hits, and then he just gets distracted, and then he stomps him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want that or the congratulations. Well, I think the latter would be more satisfying.
Both
Yeah.
are fine for me.
Yeah, but
Anything to get Brock Lesnar.
off of my TV screen.
Yeah.
right.
Anything.
So do it in the most flashy way possible with all with
Yeah.
the most power you can.
Exactly.
Well, what I think's gonna happen, which I agree that he's not leaving. I don't think anything's gonna happen at Mania necessarily with the Shield, but I think the night after on Raw, Dean's gonna come out, congratulate him, and hit him with a dirty deeds.
Oh, a re-heel turn.
I think we're getting the first feud for Seth's Universal title as Seth versus Dean.
A re-heel turn. That's interesting. That is interesting.
I think that's the way they're gonna go. I don't know why.
because they botched it the first time.
Because I think they messed up exactly, but that's my gut feeling for some reason.
That's interesting, but we already saw this,
Yeah,
and I don't want to see it again.
Personally, I don't want it, but that's my gut feeling.
If you want Dean to stay, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
So the thing that makes Dean leaving believable is that he's such a free spirit.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's completely plausible that he's just gonna walk off in the sunset and just live his life as a normal civilian. I still think that's what's gonna happen. I do like the idea of the heel turn because it seems kind of early that they already announced on .com and everything.
They never do that.
Yeah.
Rarely.
Yeah.
So I understand where that idea comes from. And listen, I think we don't realize how much we'll miss Dean Ambrose until he's gone.
Right.
At the same time, though, he's clearly the third best member of the Shield talent-wise.
Yeah. I agree. I agree he hasn't gotten his due, but it's like, I don't know. I feel there's no way that I understand he'd be very frustrated, but I really don't. You don't think they would have tried harder to keep him to stay, give him another story if that story is it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think the only thing to keep him to stay is, like you said, like some story you could sink his teeth into, because all the reports said was he didn't care about the money.
Right.
He didn't. They made a point to say that he doesn't like the hokey stuff that he's been doing.
Which is fair.
So if you could somehow work it in where he could work that title match, as long as they don't do what they did at TLC with a title match between them, and they kind of just go balls to the wall right from the start. Put a stipulation on that match.
I think that's the way you do it.
Make it like the ladder or a no DQ gimmick or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's the way to do it. I also heard the thing. I was like, if Dean does leave, that doesn't happen, then
Yeah.
Roman comes down and spears him after he wins, and that's a heel turn for Roman Reigns on his return.
That would be silly.
I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know what I think of that.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Yeah.
There's no way he's coming back at anything less than a babyface.
Because
no way.
everybody dislikes him, and they were booing him when he came out to announce it. Then he announces everybody's like, "Oh,
thank you, Roman." Yeah.
Now I feel bad.
Now we really feel bad. Now we got to cheer him. Now, whenever he comes back, it's going to be like a really, really big pop.
Oh my God, it's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
I think he's going to make an appearance at WrestleMania. He won't be active, but he'll definitely make an appearance. That's my bet. But yeah, Dean ain't leaving. That's my pick.
That's interesting. And I've heard it from both sides. So
yeah, you see the seeds.
Yeah,
you can kind of see them. They're good, but the seeds go both ways. But I don't know, leaning towards more the. Of course, I'm a hopeful person, but anything can happen.
Yeah,
good. All right, Steve, I've heard this one. Let's hear it.
Let's go. All right.
I can't say anything.
No, you cannot. Keep your mouth shut. All right. I don't know if it happened on WrestleMania or the night after, but by the end of WrestleMania weekend, Kurt Hawkins' streak coming to an end. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, your new Raw Tag Team Champions. Plain and simple, right to the point. They'll be holding up the title. I don't know if it's going to be on Raw. I don't know if it's going to be on SmackDown. The shake-up even. I'll give it to the shake-up even. But at one point or another, in the next 2.5 months, streak will be over. They'll be holding the titles. The end.
LOL. That's all I'm going to say.
I'll say that if that happens, there's no shred of doubt in my mind that the Revival are gone.
Hey, let them go. Let them go.
Oh, no, you don't want them to go.
Oh, go to SmackDown.
No, they'll just not go. They'll go somewhere else, just in general.
That's my hot take.
That's a slap in the face to them. I like Hawkins.
I kind of want to hear Dante's because I think Dante's might top what you just said, but we'll have to figure that
Dante,
out.
what are your thoughts?
What, Hawkins and Ryder?
Oh, yes.
I was drinking the Hawkins and Ryder Kool-Aid with you for like a week.
Yes.
I don't think it's time. I just don't. It's just no.
I don't think it'll ever be time.
It'll be time.
It won't be time.
Why'd they put them back together then? For
giggles.
Just cause.
It's almost their 10-year anniversary. That's why.
There's a reason behind everything. There's a reason behind everything.
Is there?
Yes. It's gonna happen. I'm telling you. Those nice silver and red belts gonna be in the hands of Hawkins and Ryder.
I don't think they're that nice.
They're not nice, but still, I was trying to.
No, they're not nice.
They're not nice. I know.
The women's belts are way better.
Oh, those are beautiful.
Yeah, the tag titles are really nice.
But yeah, even if it could be on SmackDown, they win the titles. They get switched. I don't care. Have them beat the Usos.
No.
I'd rather have it on Raw though. But
I'd rather have it nowhere.
Oh God.
Zack Ryder has never been good. We'll just...
What are you? He's the only internet champion in the history.
Dante, you just said a fact. Don't worry about it. You just said a fact.
The longest reigning internet champion.
Most
reigning champion.
Yeah, period.
Apologies go out to my friend Xavier, who has told me for years that this wasn't true. But Kurt Hawkins had a bad match with AJ Styles in PWG in 2014. So I can't trust him to be good at anything.
That's PWG.
Literally one of the worst matches I've ever watched in my life.
That's when Hawkins was trying to find himself. That's when he got released, trying to find himself.
He still hasn't found himself.
Oh,
He still has, no.
He had the face to facts gimmick. He's got the streak
The
gimmick now.
best Kurt Hawkins match since he's come back was when Apollo Crews beat him on SmackDown in 2016.
Fantastic.
I was going to say maybe Alistair on main event. Or
Oh,
something.
that happened too, yeah.
Yeah,
I just wanted to get Apollo Crews.
It was awesome, but yeah.
I'm a big Apollo Crews guy, so I gotta
I love
rep
Apollo
him.
Crews too, but get both of them off my TV. Not Apollo Crews.
Yeah,
Get your tag team off my television.
They're new. They're fresh. We haven't seen it in 10
I don't
years.
care.
Some fresh
Yeah,
stuff.
10 years. It's been long.
Fresh. You just said 10 years
Well,
fresh
we
stuff
haven't
in the
seen
same
them
sentence.
Since 10 years ago,
Give them
basically.
20 more years. I don't want to see them on my television.
Tell me a whole Zack Ryder thing with him and Eve Torres and
Trash.
that was
Trash.
That was so good.
They came to their senses real quick after they put the title on him. They're like, "Oh crap, this ain't what we signed
It
up
was so
for."
good. He beat Dolph for the U.S. title. What a moment!
Trash.
What a moment!
Complete
Even at
trash.
WrestleMania with his dad with the cowboy hat on coming into the ring when he won the ladder match.
What am I doing here?
The ladder
man?
match was good, but
The ladder match was
he
fantastic.
lost the title the next night for a reason.
Hey,
Yeah.
Like I said, someone else lost the title. the
I
next night.
will say on Zack Ryder's defense, of all the weird people who won at WrestleMania 32, I think he was the least surprising.
Oh,
Weird one.
really?
Like he was the one that I had the least of a problem with.
Oh, okay.
I still to this day I have no idea why the League of Nations beat the New Day.
Why Jericho beat AJ.
Why Jericho beat AJ. Why Shane lost to Taker, because we didn't really get a payoff for that either. Charlotte winning still leaves a sour taste in my
Why is
mouth.
that a surprise? She's a Flair.
That's a good point. But
Other than a Flair, she's Charlotte.
I was drinking that Sasha Banks Kool-Aid in that match.
Yeah,
so
sure, but she's Charlotte Flair.
that's
Then flip flop the title for the whole year after that.
yeah.
And here we are again.
Yeah. But Ryder winning was it was a feel good moment for a moment and just
Really?
for a moment.
Felt really good.
All right.
Felt really, really good.
Okay.
One of the most prestigious titles in the whole company.
The what?
Yeah, I mean
Most
technically, yeah.
prestigious title.
All right.
Oh, he had the IC. I'm sorry.
I see.
I
Yes.
was about to say, I'm like, huh?
No, not the United States. It's some bum named Gender one. But it was a nice IC title.
All right. So that's good. That was good. That's good. I see the little fist bump there. You guys are fun.
That was actually hilarious.
So
Let's hear yours, Dante.
okay. We have like 20 minutes left, and I don't think we're going to talk about my guy for the whole 20
I
minutes.
hope not.
So I could bring up a second one because I feel like my takes are kind of out there compared to
Yeah,
everyone
I got a
else's.
second
I have
one.
another one,
Yeah,
too,
me
I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
More realistic one.
You want to go first? More?
Nah, you should go first.
Okay.
Do your one.
So we're going to spend the next 10 minutes talking about how great WWE title reign of one Jinder Mahal was. I have yet to hear an argument against Jinder that isn't, oh, he sucks. Because I could just as easily say, no, he doesn't suck. And then who's right and who's wrong. So there's no objective reason why people don't like Jinder Mahal other than they've heard from other sources for years that he's not good. They haven't used their own two eyes to see how much he improved. Drew new life into SmackDown got pillaged in the shakeup last year. Like, there's no denying that, or 2 years ago. So they made a star out of Jinder, and his champion entrance. I see you laughing there, Samora. You're not. No. His champion entrance was one of the coolest production pieces WWE's ever done. I agree with that. Bringing up the Singh brothers was a cool little dynamic that he had. His matches were good. I'm not going to say that they're a blow away greatest of all time. They were very good for what they needed to be. I see you doing a little stretch gimmick there, Steven. Listen, and what we saw for a year-long AJ title reign, it didn't really bring much to the table. But for the 6 months that Jinder was champ, I thought we had some stuff. For better or for worse, let hear me out on this one. For better or for worse, people were tuned into the product for Jinder Mahal. Whether that was to say, oh, Christ, I hope Jinder Mahal loses here, or, oh, I want to see what they do with Jinder. Your eyes were always on whoever was fighting Jinder, and you were always rooting for that person. Yeah. Let's hear it.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
So we were rooting for that person because we wanted the title off of Jinder.
And that's what you're
Just like
supposed
the way
to do.
We're rooting against because he sucks, like Brock. Like we want the title off of Brock. That's why we root for anybody against Brock.
Listen, pal. No.
I have 3 more words for this.
Okay.
The Great Khali.
Revitalized his career, by the way. He got booked in the Greatest Royal Rumble because of that spot.
I think the whole reason Jinder was champion to begin with is to increase the market in India.
And they did. Mission accomplished.
He's not even Indian.
He's Canadian, yeah.
Look,
It worked.
Dante, I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched all his matches, but I should have took a bathroom break during every single one of them.
How much water have you drank, Samori?
I drink. I need to clear up my face.
He's a hydrated man.
I drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
I can't.
Listen,
I have nothing to say to you, but there's nothing I can't say to you. I'm not going to try to dispute this with you. But
it wasn't the worst reign of all time, Jinder?
It's not.
It wasn't.
Rey Mysterio is still the worst of all time.
But it wasn't good.
It's WWE title.
I would disagree.
I know you would.
It's hard to back up when after said reign.
Listen.
I'm
to the very bottom of the card.
No,
I'm
not
just-
even on Raw.
I'm
Like,
just
gone.
Brother, I'm just as mad about that as you are.
Oh my God.
And listen, if I could go
Did you
back,
say mad or glad?
mad.
Oh, I think we're glad over here.
Oh God.
See, there's a difference between Jinder. He left and he came back and revitalized himself, like you said.
Yeah.
Same happened with Kurt Hawkins.
No. That's two bad takes going against each other.
Have you seen the physique of Jinder Mahal?
I've seen him wrestle.
It's not impressive.
He's got the beef.
So
I've seen him almost knock out Finn Balor.
And look what happened. He got rewarded with the title shot.
No, that's not what happens.
It's literally what happened. The next week he wins this.
That's not what's supposed to happen. Look,
okay, go ahead.
look, okay. I'll run through his little title reign real
Okay.
quick. So his match with Randy Orton at Backlash. No,
I've never felt an atmosphere like that. Nobody knew what was going on, and they sold you on Jinder Mahal in that
wanting
match.
Randy to win.
All-time great
the
finishing
best
sequence.
part of that was him throwing around the Singh brothers.
All-time great finishing
Oh, yeah,
sequence
the
there.
Simba landing on their neck. Yeah,
that was hilarious.
For better or for worse, one of the genuinely most shocking moments you've seen as a wrestling fan.
No.
How?
More shocking than the Hardys returning?
I was not expecting Jinder Mahal to win that match.
I was.
Because, Bleach Report were like, hey, they might put the title on him. I'm like,
That's what happened.
then I'm seeing how the match goes. I'm like, yeah, he's going to win. But the next pay-per-view, what's the next pay-per-view?
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank.
He beat up all the legends. Oh, that was great.
Oh, my God.
What legends? I don't remember that.
They brought out Baron von Raschke and Harley Race broke his legs before that show.
Oh, God.
But they had legends in the crowd because they were in St. Louis. They were in Orton.
Flair was there.
They were in Orton's hometown, and Jinder beat him.
Yeah.
Great match.
No. Then the Punjabi person.
No.
It's not that bad.
It's
The
bad.
best part was the Singh brothers. Oh, the Singh brothers are the best part of everything.
Yeah.
So
Then him and Shinsuke.
Hold on, I need to talk about Punjabi prison.
No, we
Him
don't.
and Shinsuke. Oh my God. I found out bad that.
Okay, first of all, let's move back to Punjabi prison. I rewatched that match the December after. It's not as long as it felt the first time you watched it. It breezes by. And I have multiple people who I'm friends with who will corroborate my story on that.
Great Khali.
Great Khali coming out, all-time shocking moment, especially because he didn't come out to his own theme song. I was like, who the
came
hell
out
is
the
this?
Genders.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so the SummerSlam. Shinsuke is improving at this point, so Jinder had to carry him.
What?
And we found out Jinder can't carry people.
Listen,
That's what we found out.
Listen,
Jinder had to carry Shinsuke Nakamura
do you think
in a match.
Shinsuke gave a damn?
We'll go off of that. He said Jinder had to carry Shinsuke, and Jinder couldn't do it.
Oh, it was very apparent.
Yeah, so
I was there in
And
person
the Hell in a
too.
and-
And
Hell in a Cell was an actually great match. That was the first great match of this reign here.
I think the best match of Jinder was in London with AJ Styles when AJ beat him
Yes.
for the title.
I would say that.
And that was the best part of his
I would say
title
the
reign.
Clash match was better than the London match, but I agree with you that was.
Those were the
a
two
good
best
match.
parts, and him calling out Brock then losing the title the next week.
Oh my God, yeah.
That was my favorite
Can
part
you
of his
guys
title
imagine
reign.
the world if we had gotten Brock Lesnar versus
And
Jinder
Jinder Mahal
Mahal
Instead
as
of-
Survivor Series.
Would've
instead
been
of
better.
Styles? Oh,
It would have been better.
Oh, Dante, did that happen
then
though?
Styles versus Lesnar. Are you insane?
In my dreams, it did.
What did it look like?
Well,
in
guess what
your
happened?
dreams Exactly.
It would have
Very
been just
good.
like Raw.
Did Brock F5 him 6 times and that was the end?
Because
that would've happened.
Listen, it would have been good.
No, it wouldn't have.
No, it wouldn't.
All I'm saying is give it a chance. Don't knock it till you try it. All those other idioms. Jinder's reign was not scorched earth as bad as people tried to make it out to be.
All right, Dante, I'll do this for you.
Okay.
Just because I like you.
Thank you.
I will go back and watch, and I'll watch his whole run.
You're not going to do that. So
No, I promise you, I will. I have time. I'll watch his whole run. The next time I see you, I'll come back to you, and I will tell you it's trash.
But you hear that right there. You already made up your mind that it was trash.
You gotta go
No. I'm going to be negative with Jinder Mahal because
Why?
Might as well watch the Great American Bash 2008 when Hawkins and Ryder won the tag titles.
No, that's actually a good match. I like
It is
that
a good
match.
It's a really good match.
yeah, that was when they were decent.
Yeah,
and
10 years younger.
yeah,
That's fine.
I'll watch it
They're
again.
like a fine wine. They age well.
My thing is nobody ever goes into wrestling with rose tinted lenses, and when something happens that they don't like, they kind of just go, "Oh, that's poop," and I'm never gonna change my mind.
I'm not.
Every week from when he won number one contenders match to Backlash, I talked to my friends and we were like, "How do you feel about Jinder this week?" And I said, "You know what? They're selling me on him." And guess what?
Yeah.
They sold me on him.
I remember we had a class together that semester,
Yeah.
and you were hyped when he ran away in the limo.
Yeah.
And I remember you being so excited, and I'm just like, okay, I guess. I don't know.
And his finisher too. Like
the Colossus.
no.
So here's my
that Colossus at SummerSlam was supposed to be Shinsuke Nakamura.
because Shinsuke he sandbagged him. I would blame Shinsuke for that if I were. I mean,
Yeah.
All right, that I can't with you, Dante. Not today.
listen, you want to do this hot take thing. All I'm doing is just saying the things.
I had fun today.
Hey, we started up a good conversation though. So
His theme song sucks too. That's a big part of it. It's all
his
flooding.
entrance. I'll give you
It's all
that. His
flooding.
entrance is
His
good.
entrance
I
is dope.
disagree.
yeah, the graphics.
That's
and
terrible.
that's
I
what's cool.
like his
I think it's
entrance.
terrible. I hate
So,
it.
What are they saying in this theme?
oh Shadi Shan Veko it's in Punjab. It's in his language of Punjabi.
He's Canadian.
So the last thing I'll say about Jinder, and we could have this argument off camera too. I'll probably bring it up next week somehow. I'll shoehorn it in. There are more people than you think like Jinder's reign and like Jinder as a wrestler. Not everything's about moves and work rate. A lot of it's story driven. I think Jinder told a good story with his reign. That's all that I'll have to say.
Okay.
If you would like to try to prove me wrong, you could tweet me at Dante Vacatoro, and I will just keep arguing with you. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Samora, you had one more you wanted to?
Oh yeah.
All right.
The Attitude Era. We all know it. We all love it. It's. I think it's the most overrated era.
I agree.
Bold statement.
I-
Well, because look, it went away from wrestling and it went to shock, naked women, shock, more naked women, and shock. And it's had some really bad matches in that era.
Technically speaking, you're right.
Yeah.
Entertainment-wise,
Entertainment-wise,
the
it's
other way around,
phenomenal. It's really good. Like,
but like you want the best of both worlds, and today is definitely
I
more
think
technical.
in my
by a
opinion, the
mile.
Ruthless Aggression era is the best.
Yeah.
Because you had the SmackDown 6 doing their thing. Raw was like, because Triple H was at the top of it.
Gold trips.
Yeah, but yeah, the Attitude Era was just
Yeah, I agree with that. I think a lot of that too has to do with when we grew up, because we grew up in the Ruthless Aggression era.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was our first exposure to wrestling, and we see that more with rose tinted lenses than we do the Attitude Era. If we were doing the show 5 years ago and we were in college 5 years ago, we probably say the Attitude Era was the best, and the era before that was the dirt worst because it was the different, from what we grew up watching. But I do agree, like especially now, the Attitude Era does not hold up through the test of time.
Yeah, it's had some real bad pay-per-views.
Yeah.
It doesn't, especially for the women.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah.
Has some good matches though. I'll give it that. Gave some good stuff, but
It's got like the good. It's the air marks of like the entertainment value, the people they created.
Yeah.
That's what sticks.
yeah, that's
And it
definitely-
will stick forever.
And I think it's just
But the wrestling won't be remembered.
It's edgy promos,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But just from a wrestling standpoint, it's at the bottom of the eras for me.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Cool.
We still have a little bit more time.
I had another hot take.
No, you have another one. You're probably about to say it.
Just say it.
But it kind of got like, I don't want to say confirmed yesterday. It was that Kevin Owens was going to be in the main title picture for
And
WrestleMania.
that's a big rumor now, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, when I saw that yesterday, I'm like, oh man, I had that planned. But yeah, feeling it. Yeah, he did it and embraced this new. I don't know how it's gonna go, the new face roll, but I'm curious to see how it goes.
That could be interesting.
I think he's going to be the same.
He's still
They're just going to cheer him.
Yeah, they're still going to cheer him. He's still going to be
against Brian, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a great match, obviously. But I want to talk about his son for a little bit. Like, what's going on?
He's a hoss, right?
Yeah.
He's only like 10 or 11,
He's a horrible little kid. Kevin Owens gave him $20, and he came back with a popcorn and a soda with no change. What did he do with the
Do you know how
change?
expensive movie theaters are?
Yeah.
Well, that too, and he probably kept the change. So he just didn't want to.
You know, his dad paid for the ticket too. He's just taking this money.
Yeah.
But besides the fact, Kevin Owens will be in some sort of big match at WrestleMania.
I hope he comes out in a meat cart. That'd be amazing. With oh god, just wearing completely non-recyclable stuff, just throwing plastic all over the place.
Look, if we get KO and Daniel Bryan, I think Daniel Bryan's probably going to call him a fat slob. And he's like, look at you, you probably eat 1,000 cheeseburgers a day, whatnot. That match is going to be fun.
It's going to be great.
It'll be good.
We got a little taste of it last year, but last year was Daniel Bryan's time.
Yeah. The story was more about Bryan coming back than it was anything else.
If we get them for at least 20 minutes,
that'd be good.
And
I'm down for that.
Even better, if I get Kevin Owens as a WWE champion, I'll be very happy.
Yeah.
I would like to see that because I feel like his Universal Championship reign was a little botched.
I think it's just the fact that Raw just didn't have anybody to work with him.
Well, Raw kind of sucked at that time too.
It was good. I still think the WrestleMania match should have been Owens and Jericho for the Universal title.
Yeah, definitely.
But it was a good reign. It had its funny moments. It had the Festival of Friendship in it.
Yeah.
It had him and Jericho helping him to win, and also had the breakup in the reign.
Yeah.
And then Jericho, even though Goldberg won, which I'm not happy about, even though it did set up Jericho coming back and costing him the match, which was cool. But I think he deserves another good title reign, a good feud, even if he doesn't hold it for too long. A good feud with Bryan. I want to see him put that title in the trash and bring back the regular title.
That'd be a good moment.
Just cool. Plus, I'm cosplaying as Kevin Owens for Mania when I'm going because I have the body shape for him already. And
what is it? KO Mania 4?
KO Mania 4. Got to get the T-shirt too.
Yeah. Look, I'm all for Kevin Owens.
Me too.
Like I called him last week. I called him a fat guy doing flips. I'm all for it.
Yeah, those are my favorite. Him, Joe, Keith Lee, big guys like that move quick. Killian Dane, people like that. Those are my favorite now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's going to be silly when Bryan loses the title and whoever wins has to hold up that little weird vegan
I hope they
title
have
thing.
ringside.
They have to.
The title.
Yeah.
But
I
don't know. It will look weird. Because imagine even if Bray or Cena, if that's Cena's 17th-time champion moment of him holding that wooden title,
with the Velcro strap.
He should just rip it in half though. That'd be awesome. I'm sure it's easily rippable.
Yeah,
burn
it.
it.
Or burn it. Yeah, there you go.
Burn
it.
Burn it down. Yeah.
I think burning it would make more sense, especially of what Daniel Bryan's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be feeling good at MetLife Stadium. That's made out of him.
So that was our 5th episode.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're 5 episodes in.
5 episodes in.
It's pretty cool.
Do I have time? I have one more.
Yeah,
real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
So Fastlane. I think when Charlotte eventually has the match, or Becky gets the match with Charlotte to get back in the match, I think the repercussions of it, if she wins, it's back to one-on-one. I think fans want that so hard, I think they're going to listen. I doubt it, but I think so.
I would want that, but I don't think they're going to.
I don't think they're going to either. I can see a world where it happens.
I'm in for the triple threat now, so.
No, listen, either way, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Okay, I have nothing about it, but I think that's going to happen.
I think I'm in the hot take that's the triple threat's probably preferred.
At this point,
I'd rather have the triple threat. In all honesty,
all the way through. Honestly, it'd be a better match. And
I know.
Becky gets to beat 2 of her biggest rivals.
I know, but she's not going to beat Ronda. That's the thing that
cares?
she's going to make Charlotte tap. That's stupid.
On previous shows, out of the 3, Charlotte's the best wrestler.
Yeah,
for sure. And
I think she could help them a lot in that match.
Yeah,
and it's a better story.
Yeah, a couple months ago, I didn't want the triple threat, but now.
Yeah,
you're going to be there.
So am I, but it's
I forgot you too.
Oh, you're gonna be there too?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Like I said, I'm a broke college student, can't afford that.
Yeah, and I'd rather just sit in my heated home.
Well, that drained my bank account going there.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Yeah.
I have the experience from 29. I don't need the experience from this one.
Haven't been to one yet, but soon. I'll get there eventually.
Once you get your first big contract, you'll be able to. Yeah. All right, so that was this week's episode. Joe, thank you so much for being the guest today. Hopefully we can get you on more weeks. Hopefully Jesse will show up one of these weeks.
Shout out to you, Jesse.
Yeah.
You're going to owe me and Dante money.
Oh, yeah.
I want money.
Next week, we'll talk about what happens on Raw and SmackDown. We'll probably have another Top 5 Thursday. Maybe if it's cold again, maybe we'll bring out the hot takes again. It depends on what kind of Top 5 Thursday thing we think of.
Every other week, maybe.
Yeah.
It's got to be cold.
We'll play it by
cold,
ear.
You're right. Got to be cold.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter at NoRestBNR. I almost forgot our Twitter handle. That's where the replay will be in about an hour or so you could check that out there if you're just tuning in. Other than that, why don't you have yourselves a nice Thursday? Thank you so much for listening to No Rest Holds for the Weary here on Brave New Radio.
WPSC, Wayne